realm. Sunday is the day. Y'all know the time. Y'all know the vibes. What's going on around? Talk to me right quick. Checking the levels. Mic check and all that. Good to see y'all up here early on a Sunday. Doing what we do for the realm. Let's talk to the people. Gerald Mack, what's going on? The legendary Gerald Mack, the OG in the building. Salute. Zach Riley, what's going on? Yo, you messy, I see that. Christopher Hart, what's up? Lydian Master, what's going on? Fart Q, that's sir. The brightest sun. The brightest sun. I like that name. What's going on? Only on Xbox, what's up? 9 Lives 210, what's up? Let me know what's going on. Yes, we do have the legendary Brad Sams will be in the realm today talking to the people. I sound low? All right. Make sure my levels is right. Get a little closer, man. Get a little closer. Still Rain in the building. Living split screen. Salute. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? We are talking right now. Yeah, I think what's going on. What's up, Xbox? I think what it is, oh, hold on. My man, Black Conflict X. Let's go. Yeah, I think the music a little loud because my levels seem the same that they normally be, but I will keep checking on it during the show. Appreciate you, Still Rain. KO3 Black Truth, what's up? I'm Max, what's going on? Pop Nop. It's my man's. He's not the first, it's the second Pop Nop 2. Yeah. Lord's Day. Whoop whoop. What's going on? Good to see y'all up in here early. Atomic, what's going on? So yeah, we will have the legendary Brad Sams. Got a lot of juicy topics. You know King gonna be ready. There's some topics here for him. You can guess what his topic is. But anyway, Gorilla One, what's going on? What's going on? I see you. And Triple N in the building. Salute. So yeah, we're gonna get him up in here and have some fun. Leave y'all with the bars of Dallas, man. And yeah, we'll be right back. Get ready. King, cool. Everybody's lined up. We full strength. We outside for sure. For sure. All right, y'all. Come back. Let me get Brad up in here. And we'll start this show soon. Talk to y'all.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do
Don't
here.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do,
Don't
man.
stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
super
keep that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
sick of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
sick of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got. Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that,
sick of
keep
this.
that, keep that going, keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's... Whew. Let's do that again.
And we are live. Iron Lord Podcast. LordCognito here talking about the latest with Advanced GG. There's a lot of things going on with the new product line. Let's get right to it. So we got that focus line, y'all. This is that standard. This is what we use right now. Kind of our caffeine substitute. And what we usually do right now when we're gaming, we don't use coffee anymore. We're utilizing its focus. On deck number 2, you already know this is my favorite right here, the
energy line. You already know, birthday cake, one of my absolute favorites. Completely delicious. This is a pre-workout equivalent, and also doesn't use beta alanine, so you don't get the jitters and stuff like that. So it's really good for that. And then the new, we got that hydration line, y'all. This is really good for people who don't like caffeine, who want an electrolyte substitute, and it is really sugar-free, absolutely delicious. So you got your 3 choices. Once again, you know Cog Lover is sour. You already know, and we're doing this right now. So go get yourself to advancedgg.com. Use code IronLord on the checkout. This is something I use all the time. We got to support AdvancedGG. Great products if you want to get your workout on. Even if you don't work out, you're just gaming, you need that focus. And again, the hydration line for those who don't want caffeine, no sugar, electrolytes, you're good to go. LordCognito here, Iron Lord Podcast. Peace.
I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young whoop, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stunting, but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
Right, mic check, and all that good stuff. Let me see some levels. Talk to me real quick, Sav. Just want to make sure we're good.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go.
How's my beard looking, guys?
That's not what I asked you.
Glistening, sir.
That's right. Just for men.
And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and also live on lordsofgaming.net, episode number 269. It's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, and we've got Stardock Software, multiple EmbracerGroup acquisitions, DeathStranding to Game Pass, and PlayStation PC launches to discuss, so we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord who not only has his finger on the pulse of Windows software and tech enthusiast culture, but is highly respected as a multifaceted journalist with a cool touch of insightful sarcasm. Introducing the Vice President and General Manager of StarDockSoftware, plus editorial advisor to the BWW Media Group, the Lord of USB-C cables, Master of Business Administration, who always reminds us to read beneath the surface and that more BS is always welcome. Live from Cincinnati and kind enough to make his debut at the Realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Brad Sams. How we doing, sir?
That is, without a doubt, the best intro I've ever received, including my own wedding. That is...
You are Lord, and your realm is absolute honor to have you. Huge fan of what you do. First of all, how you been? And have you got a chance to be playing any games, sir? Just quickly.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just one. You guys put... I was watching, I've seen obviously your podcast before, but you guys have by far the best graphics.
Oh,
like, I've been on quite a few podcasts, and just like the intro podcasting, like the effort that goes into it is always awesome, and it's not something you guys just threw together, and I always love that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it
ain't cheap either. But,
you addict.
yeah.
I appreciate that. No, seriously, it means a lot coming from our peers and the work that we all do.
Well, because I know what type of work it goes into this. Like this stuff, like people think like, man, all you do is you just show up and you just turn on the Zoom and like it rolls. And like, no, it's a grind some days, a lot of days. And so, man, it's all good. Like I'm happy to be here, excited to be here. We are like steamrolling into what I usually consider. A lot of people are like E3 is the best time of the gaming year, and it's like no, like I'm a big fan of the fall, like because that's when the rubber meets the road.
Yep.
We're starting to see like deadlines coming up, and like games in theory should be launching, and so like embrace like this is just like entering insanity time, and I love this time of the year.
No
We're
doubt.
either going to be extremely happy this time of the year or extremely disappointed.
But it's right. A lot of stuff's going on, but we got to get it.
There's a lot. Like I think it really just depends on your viewpoint. Like from a podcaster and content perspective, like it doesn't matter. Like if it's really good stuff, like hey, you got stuff to talk about. Like if things get delayed, well, you still got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no, good point. We had a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to delay. For sure, we will get into it. They said, Brad is a little low. They want you to turn up just a little bit, Brad. They want to hear the melodious voice.
Let me see if I move it a little closer, if that helps out.
Yeah, just a little low. They love to hear you, so that's what's up. But while we do that, we still got the 4 horsemen of gaming, those original lords of the realm here at the round table with those time-sensitive intros. King.
That's right. Shut it down a little bit so I can get stronger.
Michael, let's start with my co-host, the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict of the Addict Show. How we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. We only got Brad for an hour, so that's my intro today.
My man. And of course, we have the most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives with a single-player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, and Lord Clarity of the Iron Bank. How we doing, sir?
Doing good. Doing fantastic. Glad to have Brad here. I've been playing Curse to Golf, which is really fun.
Yes.
Shout out to the guys over at the Doomsayers Network. I was on there on Friday on the Doomsayers Den podcast.
Wait, you making podcast appearances?
Yes, my man's outside.
Wait,
right
got a
before
quota,
I
bro.
go under the knife. Right before I go under the knife.
That's right.
So shout out to them for having me, Wise Old Gamer. The Wise Old Gamer was reserved. He wasn't
Really?
the Wise Old, he was behaved, and I
Wow.
wasn't expecting that. But,
I'm shocked.
Fun time with the guys over there.
No doubt.
And that's it.
And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer,
Ooh,
the prophet of Xbox,
Swami.
king of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh, and the general of the Stop Snitching campaign.
And the Stop Snitching to the Regulators of Brazil movement. My man. Lord King, how we doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. I'm gonna give a shout out to AJ and Usyk yesterday. Anthony Joshua and Usyk.
Yes.
It was a fantastic fight yesterday. Couldn't do combat talk yesterday because real things in life happens.
No doubt.
Had a friend of mine that had to get to a center for help, mental help, and addiction.
Oh, wow.
And that was more than anything. So I had to make sure that they got to the facility because we have to reach out and we have to help everyone. I mean, if they're screaming out for help, then you
Absolutely.
get out and help them as much as you possibly can. So the fight happened early in the daytime. Me and AJ was talking in the background. It was just a ongoing, free-flowing thing that we was trying to get to happen, but it didn't happen. But the fight happened, and those guys gave a great account of the ability of themselves. Listen, 2 guys going to ring, more than likely, 1 guy is going to come out the winner.
Of course.
But you both won when you're stepped into those ropes. So he's not a loser. You have to give effort, and he lives to fight another day. So that's fantastic. Right now, what I'm playing, Fortnite. Fortnite got me crazy. Fortnite got Dragon Ball Z, baby.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm Kami high everybody. Kamehamehas for the world. And I run and I get these Kamehamehas, and I'm flying on clouds, and I love what Fortnite is doing, and I see they got Destiny coming up next. Destiny is up next.
Yes.
And I'm also playing Cult of the Lamb.
No doubt.
This is an evil.
I told you about that lamb.
The lamb is it's crazy.
It is my most evil addiction that I have right now. Converting people, then going and preaching the word, and then
You like how you levitate when you're
Oh
preaching the
my
word.
God.
the book opens up and you're like, Also, please, you guys go to Games on Daily for yesterday's show and watch
Yes.
Attic on yesterday's show on Games on
yes,
Daily.
right.
Yes.
I want to see my man on more shows.
I agree.
Right, so you guys out here, stop reaching out for me and reach out for him.
Exactly.
But that's
It's
about it.
off.
Yeah, we saw moving
No,
silence.
they
He like bad
reach
boys.
out. Yeah, they reach out. I just have to humbly decline.
Decline because you sketch. Nothing. I'm in the same bar. Soon though, things will change for me soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, and of course we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito. Spread that realness in the Ramadan ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Shout out to Mr. Batty Play. Shout out to Fire Duke. Had a good one talking about Gamescom, talking about Quake, talking about the Disney Marvel potential game showcase. Also, we had the Fire Duke Ultimate, where me and Maddie talked about on LSM Patreon, kind of the after effects of 2022, all the delays. Go check that out. What's left to be excited for? Go check that out.
Yeah,
And
didn't a new game get delayed?
A lot of
was
new games,
Like
bro.
it was slated to come out. Something was hot.
yeah,
Something
a lot
hot.
of new games.
AJ.
A lot of new games. You got the Midnight Suns. You got the High on Life thing.
High on
yeah,
Life, that's
we
the
got
one.
that. So shout out.
Fine Life supposedly still coming this year. We'll see.
Yeah,
It's
still coming this year.
It's
Still coming this year.
I mean, just delays happen. I'm just pointing it out there.
Okay, I see what you're doing. I see that's the God of War bet. Okay, I see what you're doing. Anyway, so the last word shot, the Bonds Ty got tried. Had the legendary Professor Broman. It's one of the inspirations in the community. Charitable guy, does GCX. If it wasn't for him, last word would not exist because I would have met Ebontis if I didn't go to Florida for that convention. And Solve, let's do the super chats real quick. Set the rules of engagement to respect Brad's time.
Yeah, guys. So I'm gonna read this first bunch of super chats, and then we're gonna leave all the rest for the end of the show because Brad is on limited time. So we definitely want to make sure we get through our interview with him. So let me get into these super chats.
Yeah.
Donald Taku, $5 super chat. Can't believe we got some BS in my favorite Xbox. BS, aka Brad Sam, my favorite Xbox.
We got to give
podcast.
proper connotation.
Let's get context here.
The context here.
Then we got Gerald Mac, $2 super chat. The Lord's on some real BS today. Oh, man.
Oh, the BS. I see what they doing.
yeah.
Brad,
I see what they
something-
doing.
Is this something you experience often, Brad? Is this
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
He said,
Oh, yeah.
Then we have Necromancer Zale, $5 super chat. With this topic lineup, why does it seem like there was a coup d'etat attempt on the King and those other guys' podcasts?
King of other guys. I like
I
that.
know what you're talking about.
I love
Then we
it.
got Hustle and Motivate member for 19 months. Fire.
Fire,
Thank you, sir.
fire,
Appreciate
slow
it.
hustle.
And we have Hargeet Chani, $5 super chat. Salute to the Lords. Has ILP been acquired by Embracer yet for an undisclosed amount? Welcome to the realm, Brad. ILP said thank you, sir. Yeah,
Blessings.
listen, we cannot confirm or deny.
We can't confirm.
I hope Microsoft steps in.
Steps
and
in.
stops
The deal, the offer is really enticing.
Listen,
Phil,
listen,
stop
I'm
playing.
ready. I'm ready to be warmly embraced.
Oh
That's
my
what I'm saying.
Yo, Phil, no, I want to wear green. Green, please.
Yo, imagine if Sony came to us with the bag.
Yeah, then what? Oh, then what, King?
Yo,
I,
listen,
you know, Attic, I always said that. I always said
God
that.
in them.
Listen, our intro would be us galloping in on horses from now.
Oh yeah, literally. But that's a different context too.
I would personally call Phil myself. And say,
To
you
stop-
cannot let
to
this
stop
happen.
your opportunity.
You better get Satya on the phone right now.
He gonna tell you. He said, "You better take that bag, King." He's gonna tell you.
He will not tell me that.
I
He
could
will
just,
say,
I
got
could just
you.
hear Phil now. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try. I'll call you back.
last super chat. DJ Birdo Dos, $2 super chat.
Second one.
The only BS in ILP is the man himself, Brad Sam.
Yes, sir. All right, see the chats.
We got almost 400
Hit
people
that
in there,
like
only
people.
100 likes.
Hit
Let's
that
get these
like, hit
likes
that
up,
like.
Share it out. Brad
Share it
about
out.
to drop some knowledge.
Exactly. So now we got into what the Lords have been playing. We got to focus on Lord Brad Sams, his video game system history, his journey into business consulting and editorial strategy, and of course, what led him to creating the amazing YouTube channel and becoming a VP of StarDockSoftware. So, Lord Brad, let's start from the very beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
Oh, well, it even starts, I think, prior to video games. I mean, Apple II, like that's
Oh,
back
let's
when.
go.
I mean,
Apple II,
I'm old
yes.
enough. I'm not super old, but I'm old enough that that's what I grew up with. Like
Yes,
that was
yes.
in the house.
Yes.
And I think the first console that we actually, I know the first console I was the classic Nintendo 8-bit.
Nice.
And then we went from 8-bit to, we never had a Super Nintendo. I missed out on that, but we did have a Genesis. So we went from 8-bit because then we went to the House of Sonic.
Yes.
And then back to Nintendo 64. And then the OG, as soon as Xbox launched, the Direct Xbox as they called it back in the day, as soon as that thing launched, like, no joke, walked into a Blockbuster and bought my first Xbox at Blockbuster and rented Halo because I didn't have enough money to buy
wait,
Halo.
so the Xbox was the first acquired with your cash.
Yes, yeah, that's when I was old enough to actually be able to buy, or like had money, like disposable income to be able to buy a console. But
how did it feel with your bread? Because before you was dictated to, right?
Oh, yeah.
So right now you're doing the dictating. This is your cash. You're walking in. Did you? Was it other consoles there? But you had your mind trained. You was fixed in.
I
did the
knew.
process happen?
So I knew that I wanted an Xbox. Like I knew that before, because for reasons I can never logically explain. I guess maybe Windows 95. Like I've always been a Microsoft enthusiast. Like as soon as I got my hands on 95, like one of the first times I remember my dad like really yelling at me, like really getting into me, was when he was away at work and I upgraded the family PC from 98 to ME.
Oh,
Just, like,
Windows ME.
Yeah, remember ME.
Remember ME?
Yeah. Millennium Edition.
Millennium Edition.
Yes, and that's why my dad came when he said, "You did what?"
Yeah, and me had a lot of problems.
Yeah,
compared to 98. Yeah,
exactly. It was not a smart move. Like I legitimately did it because I liked the icons in ME.
Yeah, the icons was nice. The UI, the visual, it did look kind of appealing. I admit.
Other than that, it's
that's when it was
dumpster
a
fire.
password on the PC. After that,
It was, yeah, it was
As
a
soon as I heard
dumpster
that
fire.
Microsoft was coming out with a gaming console. I'm like, that's it. Like that's what I want, because I'm a kid. At that point, I was a kid. And I like playing PC games, and I was like, well, if they're building a console, like it's Microsoft, it's got to be great. And as it turns out, it was.
shout out.
Shout out to you, man. Really, really cool. Just
stuff.
wanted to know if you had any standout titles from the NES days, and then obviously the OG.
Oh
Direct
man,
Xbox.
so from the NES days, and this goes way back, there were two games that I played through all the Marios, like that was it. But the two that we played in our house a ton, because I had two older brothers, were Little League World Series and Tecmo Super Bowl.
Oh, of course.
And those two games played a ton, so much so that there was an exploit in Tecmo Super Bowl that if you played as the 49ers, you were Ronnie Lott.
Roddy Lott.
Yep.
And you ran out of bounds on the sidelines, you could run faster than any player in the game.
Yep.
Stop. Let's go. I love to hear that.
Definitely that.
I love to hear that. The Bo Jackson days. Oh man,
Yeah.
the terrorizing that game used to call. Da, da. Oh man, it was hilarious. And Mr. Hart, hold him with the offensive line that forever holds. It's hilarious. Great game. So then you get to the Xbox, your first one. You got that interest for a Microsoft console, and then obviously rented Halo, which we.
Yeah, Halo ended up becoming a purchase for sure. Project Gotham Racing was out around that time. Like those were the two I think that I played for a while. It's like if the friends were over, it's like we're playing Halo. If like I'm playing by myself, like Project Gotham Racing, that held me over for a long time. I think those two titles. There was, I'm sure, a Madden tossed in there as well. But when you say like what did you play originally on Xbox? Oh, and then the old flying shooting game that they
Crimson Skies.
Crimson Skies, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Salute. Yeah, man.
Were you ripping music to your hard drive, Brad?
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely a point in my life where I was in the soldering game of opening up those Xbox.
Oh, you and Saab share similar histories and career paths.
No idea what you're talking about. Career paths.
Wow, it's so interesting to hear that.
Well, yeah, sometimes the Xbox needed, to be repaired. That's
Exactly. They did-
So good too. You guys were so good at your jobs. You repaired it. With so much extra stuff. New content.
Yeah, it was really an amazing console. I mean, at the end of the day, I think kind of similar to you. I think my initial reaction was, okay, Microsoft's making a console. I don't know how I feel about that. But then when you start to learn about it in the specs, I think the thing that attracted me as a techie was hard drive in the console. You know what I mean? Xbox Live becomes a thing. And even before that, I remember Halo, just System Link was just mind blowing.
System Link, yeah.
Yeah, like, and it would. I became like a mock network engineer, and I'm getting little cat cables, and me and King are moving them around the house and so, and getting extra TVs. We were just so mesmerized to have that aspect with Halo in the thing. So then from there, you just you stay throughout the Xbox ecosystem. Do you do I was gonna say, obviously the next progression is 360, and just keep on at that point.
Yeah, so I've owned every single Xbox, like the One, the 360, like the Xbox One, the One X, and an S, and an X. Like I've owned them all.
No
Nice.
PlayStation in here at all.
I did have a PlayStation 4 for a while, and then it just like after college and all that, like my friend group was just on Xbox, and it's like.
Okay.
And you know the games we play that I play socially, I should say, are primarily Call of Duty. And that's the kind of glue that kept a bunch of us together. And so like Xbox, like
how many is in your group? Like
it's whittled down over the years, but I mean there's a handful, like 5 or 6 in the group that we play with weekly, and then there's probably like you could maybe double that, and that's like on like a monthly or like quarterly basis. And so like when Warzone is what we play the most these days, and so when Warzone 2 drops, I can guarantee you, a bunch of people are going to come flocking back.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So when you heard the news about Activision,
Yeah,
you was like,
that had to hit different for you.
I picked the right team.
Yes, exactly.
I knew it. Ever since Windows 98, we've been building to this point.
Brad's like, you don't even know what to do with that.
No, but it's so true though. Like if there's I like Xbox, and it's like they're gonna go buy my favorite game. I'm like, well, because right now PlayStation has like the drop on multiplayer maps and some other stuff.
Yes.
And so like seeing it come over to the green side, it's like, here we go.
Here we know. It's a good point. And it's funny because in the 360 era, obviously them having the marketing rights and the controller and being kind of like an FPS kind of centric console, it grabbed its identity. I remember Call of Duty when Modern Warfare came out. That's the only time I betrayed Halo, and I was just like, man, this thing. I didn't realize it was 60 FPS at the time. Now looking back, and I'm like, oh, that's why this thing was mesmerizing to you. And also the point of, like I said, your favorite developer, your favorite studio. Shout out to Mr. Matty Plays. He's a Bethesda guy through and through. So when that deal went through, he's just like, man, like I love Western RPGs. Like it makes complete sense for me to be in that ecosystem even more. So I understand your point on Call of Duty. So I wanted to talk about, then like kind of the career path,
Sure.
As far as like now business consulting and kind of the attraction to the field. Like what led you to that and wanting to get your MBA and all that stuff?
Yeah, so it's a kind of crazy path, but I mean, like, whose path isn't like odd? Because there's no like linear path. So the real short version of it is graduated from undergrad with an accounting degree, went into and joined a company. They lasted about 2 years. It was a public company. They collapsed, like literally collapsed, like couldn't pay their bills, and so. As we got laid off, another company came in to take over our job, and I had to train the people, and they said, why don't you just come work for us? I was like, okay. And so I did that for a couple of years, realized I hated consulting. Like that was just not my jam. And so at that point I was like, I'm going to go back and get my MBA, because my wife worked at a university, or still works there, and she had her master's, and I'm super competitive. And she's like, why don't you
it was a little wifey. Okay.
Absolutely.
MBA.
And so I'm getting my MBA, and while I'm getting my MBA, I'm writing for a website called NeoWin, which they're primarily Microsoft. They do gaming, but they're Microsoft website. And I'm going through my MBA, and I come up with an idea for a company, and I want to run with it. And this is how this all came about. And I was like, I'm going to have to stop doing NeoWin. I'm going to chase this company that I want to build. It's just big data tracking stock market stuff. And so I reached out to the owner of NeoWin, or one of the owners, and I said, look, I need to step back. Like, this is it. And and I'm not even joking this. He said, if you don't step back, I'll give you your angel investment to run with this company.
Oh.
And so the company was called Tracker.
Okay.
And ran for that for 3 years, doing writing and journalism for NeoWin while doing this. And that company, the Tracker, did really well. And then we got crushed. We were going to raise some money. Other companies raised a whole bunch more. We couldn't compete. Long story short, that company dies. I step away from NeoWin because I met another guy in a bar in New York City.
Salute.
Not even joking.
New York.
And he's like, hey, I just bought a media
please.
company. Can you come help me run it? And I was like, okay. And so I did that and that was BWW Media Group. So I did that for 5-6 years.
Okay.
And last summer, Microsoft announced Windows 11.
Right.
And the CEO of Stardock was one of the other owners of Neowin.
Okay.
And Stardock makes software that customizes Windows, and his name is Brad Wardell. I mean, I've known him since
Brad and Brad.
Yeah.
I've known him for more than a decade, 15 years, something like that point. And he just messaged me. He's like, look, Windows 11's coming out. I need help running the Windows side of my business. Can you come help me do that? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, now I get to do what I get to love. Like, I still get to do my podcasting. I still get to talk about Xbox. And then as a career, I'm working on software that customizes the OS that, you know, got me started in all this.
Nice.
And so that's there's a lot of
I know there's a lot. I know there's a lot. No, it's an interesting path. It's funny you said, because like you said, you had that, you know, business consulting, you go there, you do the NBA thing, and then it's like this journalistic path, obviously The Rod, Petrie.com, where I know you from. And then now you go full circle, kind of almost back to where you really want to be, which is, you know, kind of like the software and the customization, the personalization of OS and things of that nature. What I wanted to ask you about was just content creation in general. Like, when did the serious YouTube, because that's when I kind of came across your content. Obviously Tharad, I would see a couple of articles here and there, but you know, I would see like, who is this guy? You know, cool background, always having fun. Like, what made you indulge into the wild west of YouTube?
YouTube was sort of at the time, it was a necessary evil sort of thing, because it started back, like 2013, 2014, like that. So I've done a podcast. It's a solo podcast. It's almost like a monologue every Friday, just about every Friday since that time. And I started out as audio only. This was on neowin.net. And people said, like, hey, we want this on YouTube. And I'm like, I don't want to be on video. Like, I don't even like combing my hair. So what it was just the audio version. And I just put like a graphic up just on YouTube. And what like every other content creator learned is like, hey, like discoverability on YouTube is actually way better than Google and other places. And so it slowly morphed in from just doing a podcast on Friday to like, hey, Xbox news dropped, like Xbox content just really caught fire, at least for me on YouTube. And so that was just like the slow sort of churn from, okay, it's just a graphic to me sitting in front of what is now this behind me.
No, it's iconic, brother. I remember, you know, coming across your content, and it's extremely informative, very analytical. You know, you kind of keep things fair. And one thing I respect, like, I remember like seeing like a lot of Windows Surface videos for you that really took off, and I was just like, man, this is impressive. Like, because what I like is you give both sides. You give the Windows side of what's going on in the Microsoft ecosystem, general tech news, and then you got the Xbox, because the Xbox guys like, wait, we got to confirm. If Brad said it's a go, it's a go. So I thought that was a cool marriage of content. And then also quickly, you're an author of a book. Tell us about that book, sir.
Yeah, so the book was, I am crazy in some regards, and so I listen to a ton of music, and I'm not even joking. This is how it came out. So there's a Darius Rucker song, and he said, "When was the last time you did something for the first time?" And I was like, man. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. And so I was taking a shower, and so my journalism career got started with Microsoft Surface. Like, I shouldn't say got started, but like blew up. Because my first big scoops in the industry were Surface 2, or the Surface 2. That whole lineup, like I leaked it out and had tons of info. And so I've been following the Surface brand from its very first day, you know, even prior to launching, all the way up through today. Like even right now, like this is a Surface Book 3, there's a Surface Pro 8. Like I'm just a fan of the brand, and I felt like I could tell a story and had the contacts to actually say, like, what actually happened? How did Microsoft birth a billion-dollar product line? And so I just started pinging everybody that I know that had ever worked on it. And enough of them came back and said, yeah, I'll talk to you, obviously off the record, because some of them still work there. And so I wrote that book in less than a year. It was like 8 months. Like I just, every night I was writing, you know, a chapter and shipping it off to Paul, who helped edit it. And like, it was a grind. But that's like my insanity of like, if I'm going to do something, I do it. I'm in, and I'm
100%.
That's
right.
I respect it. No, that's cool. And it's very introspective, because you see how, like I said, the rough start, the failure to what it became. Like it was not easy. And it's interesting, you know, to see the parallel. Sometimes also with Xbox a little bit in my mind. Like, it's interesting for them to get into these fields and then do what they do. One of the final things I did want to ask you, just kind of like, one thing I respect about you is like content is informative, but you don't take yourself like super seriously. You have fun. You go out there, you joke and like, what kind of birthed that mentality for you? And then like, are we ever gonna get like angry Brad Sands? Are we ever gonna get you popping off on social media? Like, are we gonna get messy Brad Sands for the clout?
Like for the clout. What birthed it is honestly just my childhood. I grew up. I'm the youngest. I have 2 older brothers, so I was always on the beating end of everything. It doesn't like. Here's a true story from my childhood. I didn't eat ketchup for like 10 years of my life because my brothers convinced me it was dog's blood.
Oh
like,
my! Wow. Oh, they evil. Oh, they evil.
What's up? They didn't want you taking all the packages, so they was like, "Yo, make sure Brad don't get no packages. This is dog's blood, and it's only for that dog."
Like,
Attic, do you do this to Zach?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, like being in that, growing up, and like I had a great childhood. There's no complaints about my childhood, but it's like that's what I grew up in, and like being the little brother. And so, if you're gonna win fights in my household at that age, because my dad would always tell me, he's like, "Don't start something you can't finish." And like I learned a couple times, like I was on the losing end, but I could win with just wit. Like, that was the only way. And just be smarter. And if I know that if I approached mom and like I could convince her that I was the happy child and they were the angry one, I could get away with stuff.
Nice.
He did psychological warfare. He's like psychological.
You know what's funny? He's like, all right, I'm gonna have a hard time beating my brothers fair and square. So I'm gonna turn the parents against them. That's what
I love it though.
That's smart. He would put little things out of place and say, "I don't know who did that thing."
Listen, man, mental warfare, man. The pen is biting in the sword sometimes. You gotta outthink them.
Beat you with these fisticuffs. I got you.
Yeah, man. Listen, that it's awesome. We love to see the growth of the channel, and you continue on your journey. The VP of Stardock is just Stardock is absolutely amazing to me, and you just continue to keep rising. It's always informative. I'm definitely blessed to have you. So we definitely got to ask you a question that we ask all the lords here in the realm, the guests. I need Lord Brad Sam's top 5 video games or franchises of all time.
See, like that's
pressure. Pick from your kids.
You knew it was coming, Brad. Let's be real here.
I mean, like it's easy. I should say it's easier for me to pick 5 that are awesome than to like stack rank them, because on one hand, like for me, it's real easy. It's like Call of Duty.
Okay.
But at the same time, the reason why Call of Duty is up there is the games or whatever. Like it's
the
camaraderie I have. Getting 4 guys into a helicopter and we just go screwing around, and like when we smash into a wall and blow up and all die, like that's the best part. Like it's not the game. It's
it's the experience.
It's the friendship of
absolutely.
So I've definitely put Call of Duty up there. Halo's in there instantly as well. Despite the tossing and turning of Halo, it was my childhood. Just playing capture the flag, getting in a Warthog. Like, that was my college and high school timeline. Like perfect in there. I really like Forza, even though I suck at it horrifically.
Motorsport over Horizon.
I would take them both. Like I mean, like the new Hot Wheels expansion that just came out on Horizon is fantastic, but I like cars, and I know I'll never be able to afford a Ferrari. So it's like that's in there.
All right, we got 4, so that's 3.
Another classic is, and it's not even their newer ones, but Tiger Woods 2012 Tiger Woods Golf.
That was the last one when he was on the cover, right?
Yeah, because they did. I think it was 2016 was Rory. Again, but it's like I like golf, but 2012 was again like get the buddies together, let's play some video game golf. Like, Tiger.
That was one of the best ones too.
Exactly.
It was. They
goes down in history for me as the best golf game probably ever. I know they're rebooting it, and there's a new one coming out here soon, which we'll wait and see. And then there's like so many others that fall into like just like Madden, for example. But I even like NCAA better than Madden. Like NCAA college football from back in the day.
Back in the day, yes.
NFL 2K. Remember those titles? Like first person football.
Yes,
that was insane.
Yes.
So but then like there's a whole handful of Bethesda titles that you could talk. Like I played Diablo a ton.
You
Like
gotta
Command
peg them
and
down,
Conquer.
man. You gotta peg them down. You only got 5.
No, it's tough.
Tiger and last
Come
one
on.
be Command and Conquer, like the Command and
Command
Conquer
Okay.
series.
Nice. I like that.
Command and Conquer. I think that's our first Command and Conquer.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
that list is different to a lot of the stuff that we get.
Yeah.
No, but you can tell. But his path is different. He's meeting men in bars that actually gives him jobs.
Why is it like it's so random?
I need to go to the bars that he
Oh
goes
my
to because they're giving you 6-figure jobs. But hey, man, what's up?
There's extra context to that. We're gonna leave that.
So what is this? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm drinking
like you just
Heineken.
walk through the front door and the
I think it's
contact's on the
walking.
table.
Where's the VP section at?
I said, I'm drinking a Heineken as well. Do you want a job here?
You're
So
ridiculous.
it's so kind of you to offer.
I know, ridiculous. And final question we asked
Some bands with a brew.
Yo, you stupid. And final question we asked. I don't know. I think I know what ecosystem there's gonna be in, but I gotta ask anyway. Favorite console of all time and why?
PlayStation 4.
Favorite.
That'll throw everybody for a loop.
Hey, what if you say it?
That'll be dope as hell.
Okay, so favorite console of all time. Somebody might call me out and say, Brad, but you said you bought every single one. I eventually did.
Uh-oh.
But my favorite console, and this is way more
Let's
sappy
go.
than it should be, is the Xbox 360.
Woo!
Reason being,
Talk to him.
is I did not get one at launch, and she wasn't my wife yet, but my soon-to-be wife and my soon-to-be father-in-law went and stayed at a Best Buy for hours because they had a specific allotment, and she got me it for Christmas. Like I was completely blown away,
That's a keeper.
and I opened it up. I'm like, you did that, and then we eventually got married.
Oh no, you had to marry.
You
her.
had to, man. That's a keeper right there.
Yeah,
I seen best friends that don't even sit on the line for nobody.
Sitting on the line.
That right there, braving the line. It's danger involved. And then she got her pops to go with her.
Salute.
That's a wonderful woman, sir.
Salute.
I actually love your choice.
Salute. Tremendous games history, tremendous journey. I love hearing these type of stories. We still got a couple more questions and stuff that topics we got to get into. But so if you want to I'll get the poll and then you get this. Actually, I'll do the poll after. You want to just jump right in or we do super chats after?
How
many?
Too many
It's a
super
lot?
chats. Hold
Okay.
on a second. No, that's not too many.
Okay, cool.
Hold on a second. We had Hargeet Shani once again. $2 super chat. So when does Microsoft acquire Embracer? then we can be acquired by proxy. That's what he means.
That's what he means.
Then we have Away Dragons TV $5 super chat. I can have Solve on the show. I will bribe him with some homemade coquito. What's good? Hi guys, Lord Addict on more shows for the win. Facts.
Salute.
Yeah, I owe one away an appearance for like 2 years.
You owe one away.
Do not buy that crappy God of War statue. Buy the Prime one.
Oh Lord, here we go. Statue shaving.
Get that one. Get the real one.
Continue.
Then
Son.
we've got Face 23, BKNY, $20 super chat. Xbox fans, Death Stranding is garbage. Now it's great, but it's only on PC Game Pass, not on console. Xbox is treating the console gamer as a second-class citizen, and it's the original, not the definitive edition. There's a lot of
lot of
that's
emotion.
a lot of hurt in there. That's a lot of tears.
A lot of emotion there.
And what I would say is, I don't care what you say. I know it hurts. Here's some salt for your wounds. And take some dog's blood to put on top of it.
Pause. Moving on.
Wow. We got Tony Bryant, member for 25 months. Happy to be here live, enjoying the BS on today's show. Also, Lords, is it better for you if we do Lord Gold level on YouTube or Patreon? As always, great time to be a gamer. Wherever you go is great for us. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel you get the most out of.
Yeah.
Either
Your
way,
choice.
great.
Your
Thank
choice.
you.
Whatever's good, convenient for you.
Dope emojis though over here.
Yes. You get the emojis over here.
We have Ryan Ginther, $5 super chat. Got the Shenron glider. Buy your Xbox in 2023 since the games might show up then. Ragnarok is coming, King. Also, Saab is the culture of ILP. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's our Sazone. And your game, you're gonna have to pour some Sazone on it because it's coming in 2020.
Oh my God.
You're gonna have to season it to keep it ready for 2023.
That's right. Put it in the freezer.
Then we got Hard to Find member for 16 months. Assalamu alaikum to my brothers. Much love, fellas.
Much love.
Y'all are the reason I look forward to Sunday.
Thank you, brother. Much appreciated.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, 1 second. Let me roll back a little bit. I got Drawn TJ, $5 super chat. Morning, Lords. Hope you guys have a great day. When does Sony get out of the console business? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The end of this generation.
Then we have Drive By Joe.
Yo, watch out. Watch out. Before we had God's Hitman, now we got Drive By Joe.
Yo, new dude, and I like his name.
A little too much information in that name, but that's fine. $5.
Statutes of limitations, brother.
And he says to Brad, marry her and her pops. Yeah, that's when you know the father-in-law likes you if he's going to stand online for you.
Hell yes. Yeah. That's a good one.
Then we have Mr. BLT's $10 super chat. Addict debating Porter Rock was like Frieza backing Goku into a corner and Addict going Super Saiyan on him. Respect to both. Porter, not as toxic as his Twitter persona would make you believe.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
I have no comment on that debate.
I tell you, we played on PlayStation when I did turn it on. And
oh my God.
Definitely cool.
Salute, Porter.
We're good. We're caught up.
Oh, we're caught up. All right, cool. We got. Hold on. No. I see some
we
more.
got, a couple
you
of
have to,
jumped in at the end. I have it.
My mic fell off my desk again. You have to give me a call.
Yeah, I got
No problem.
Don't worry.
Okay. We have East Texas Alex, $10 super chat. Hello, everyone. This is my first time in a while catching you guys live. God bless you all. Thank you.
Salute.
You hit that
Texas.
like,
hit that like, hit that
and,
subscribe.
We have 500, almost 600 people in here.
Fantastic.
Let's get some likes up, please.
I was wondering what King is drinking, but I'm sure it's the tears of them Sony fans.
Oh no! What I did mix some tears in here, but this
God.
is lemonade mixed with strawberry lemonade because one tastes better than I mixed.
Just gotta get the best of both worlds. Okay.
Yes.
We got Gerald Mack, member for 23 months. All hail the ILP. Could not find the comment section for the merch order. All black, all natty on the way.
Oh, no. Hope you found it. If not, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Then we have Donald Taku, $5 super chat. Even on Game Pass, Death Stranding is still dog food. Oh my God. I don't want to hear no people having revelations about this trash. Was actually good. Shaking my head.
What if people want to play it?
Enjoy it.
Why you can't just enjoy it if it
That's
never
your
played
business. You paid that money to play it, so you found out it was trash with cash. We gonna find out it's trash for free.
Yo,
See the difference? They went in your wallet, excuse me, and they took 70. You found out it was trash. We gonna go inside and peek. Say, nothing good here. And it hurts nobody.
I can't with
Shout
you.
out to Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
We got
Good.
Run TJ,
Yes.
$2 super chat. Great guest for your podcast. Hi, Brad.
No. All right, let's get
My
into
goodness.
the topic. Oh, we got what's up? We good?
No, I think we're good. I think
All
we're
right,
caught up.
cool. Let's get into this topic, man. So this is me, Embracer. Lots of acquisitions going on. We got to talk about it. So it looks like EmbracerGroup acquires the Lord of the Rings IP, Tripwire Limited Run, and more. So for further context, they acquired the Middle-earth Enterprises Limited Run, Singtrix via their new division Free Mode, Tripwire Interactive, Tuxedo Labs acquired via subsidiary Saber Interactive, and they had an additional acquisition which remains unannounced, which I thought was interesting. Yo, stop it. Aggregated upfront purchase price reaches $576 million, and according to the purchase, as far as the agreement, not only is the Middle-earth Enterprises division, they own the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit for over 50 years. They said that also the acquisition may include matching rights and other Middle-earth related literary works authorized by the Tolkien Estate and HarperCollins, which have yet to be explored. And yeah, this has been shaking the internet as far as just the scope of this. So let's start with you, Lord Brad Sams. Like, what do you make of this acquisition in general when the news came across your line?
I want to know how they kept all this quiet. I mean, let's just be like, they didn't come out and say, hey guys, we're buying one studio. They're going to like, they just said like, here it is. And it just like plopped out onto the internet and everyone's just like, they did what?
Yeah.
And nobody really scooped this in any meaningful way. You know, like that being said, we've seen this group snatch up just tons of IP. Clearly they have a big end game in mind, and it's just to bring in just as much IP as you can, because I think they look at it the same way Microsoft does. Like, hey, we see what Netflix is, we see what Disney is. There's going to be a gaming company that eventually wins that's just sort of content on demand, which is like what we look at Game Pass. And I bet that this company or holding group, as you want to call them, sees it in the same way. Like, look, we can be a one-stop shop where an Amazon, a Google, a Sony could come and just write a massive check and just take the whole IP industry with them. And that's like sort of like the logical business reason, because at the same time, shipping video games is incredibly difficult. Like it's not easy. It's not easy to do this stuff and get a 90 Metacritic score and all that stuff. And to have all these studios under there, it's like, it just seems, I don't know. We'll see how this shakes out. I think it's fascinating from a business perspective.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up a question with you, because you made some fantastic points here. And I guess, like you said, like try to figure out the end game. On one hand, you make a great points about the IP. The other thing I think is interesting is, you know, I know a lot of gamers, when, you know, they look at the Microsoft acquisition and they say, man, you know, Activision Blizzard King and all this stuff, and Microsoft kind of still has one foot in the console business. But what I find interesting, there is no Embracer console, right? So do you think, like, what do you think with this IP gathering? Like, what do you think? Just the distribution model, just be pure cloud, like, or just control IPs? Like, what do you think about that? As far as
I would be shocked to see them build something hardware related. The only reason I say that is hardware is notoriously low margin. Like, we all know that Microsoft and Sony, when these consoles come out, like, hey, they're losing money on this stuff, hoping that they're going to make a few bucks every time you buy a game, and they'll win it back through that sort of a strategy. I think that they just end up in I mean, video games can be incredibly profitable. I mean, look at Elden Ring is, I guess, a bad example, because they like really ratcheted up the bar and like what insanity can be. But video games can be quite profitable from a software perspective if you can get quality titles out on a schedule, like what Microsoft is trying to do with Game Pass. And so I don't think they would build a console. I think they continue with the strategy of like, hey, let's put it on all the consoles out there. Let's put it in, on Steam, as we see Sony doing, because very clearly it's profitable and advantageous to do that. That's where I think that they stay. Now, I mean, at the same time, if you would have said, hey, Brad, do you think Embracer is going to buy 9 studios in the single announcement? I would have been like, you're nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just coming off of, what is it, some of the Crystal Dynamics stuff, and you know, they're back at it again. And the last part I was going to ask you is just like, what do you feel about besides the games, like they're into the movie industry? Like this is Tolkien, this is Lord of the Rings outside. Like, what do you think the end game is there? Just consolidate all these different forms of entertainment?
I mean, you got to look at it like from stepping back a little bit. Building an IP is incredibly expensive. Like to build a Hobbits, to build a Harry Potter brand is incredibly expensive. So the fact that they already have one on the movie side, I think we're going to see more of that sort of a crossover between movie and video game, because I think it's a natural extension of what can be done with IP these days. Because for so long, it's like, okay, I mean, we all know what happened with Star Wars, right? You have the movie, and you have little action figures. We all know how he made tons of money on the IP rights on the action figures, but that's extending, and it has been for a while, to video games. Spider-Man, perfect example.
Yes.
And so I think we're going to start to see potentially even more storytelling just move into the gaming industry. It's like, hey, I watched the movie, now let's continue the novel or the canon line, and this video game is going to be potentially an avenue that happens.
No, I hear you. Great point. So, Lord Addict, EmbracerGroup, did it surprise you? Was you startled?
At this point, anyone buying anything doesn't surprise me. It's just, I think we're in that point where people are openly selling because I think value on just about anything's high right now. And you know, it's like Brad said, you know, it's easier just to steal someone else, well, not steal, to buy someone else's work than it is to make your own, financially, time wise. Because keep in mind, it's more than into finances too. It takes time doing that. And you know, we see stuff like how long it's took to build something like the Marvel MCU. You know, this took 10, 15 years. And, you see something like DC where, they don't necessarily look like they want to give it that time. That's an example of people that got the money, but they don't want to put the time in either. So it's easier to go through there and be like, yo, you guys ain't really doing much with that Lord of the Rings. I feel like we can find a good place for it. The biggest thing I want is just, I want better games. I want good Lord of the Rings games, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. I want that lore to be expanded on. As long as that is what this leads to, I'm 100% okay with it. And if it doesn't, it's like, what are we going to do? It's like, I just want this consolidation only works to me if it betters games in the long run.
I feel that.
To me, if you get a lot of this consolidation, like Microsoft buying all these studios, Sony buying all these studios, even Nintendo to a point, and nothing's done with the IPs that these studios own, then at that point, it's like, okay, now we're backtracking. But it's just like, I just want to see evolution in the industry. I want to see new ideas be expanded on, because it's probably the reason a lot of these studios haven't really tried anything like drastically new is because they were put in a box and say, make Call of Duty, make this, make that. And I'm hoping, with those chains a little bit lifted, I don't think people act like every studio that was making Call of Duty is just going to be allowed to do anything they want. I don't think that. I feel like there's going to be a few of those studios still working on Call of Duty, because that's too much of a cash gravy train. But maybe they'll free up 1 or 2 studios that was working on Call of Duty to do something else. And that's what I want. With the EmbracerGroup thing, I want to see more Lord of the Rings games, quality Lord of the Rings games. And the only worry I have is they'll take the IPs and they won't properly fund them, because they will want to just write off the name instead of not necessarily the game.
Like making a quality version of it. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see. At the end of the day, time is the only thing we really got. Yeah. So we got to see exactly what comes out of this. For all we know, because EmbracerGroup bought that, we get some of the best Lord of the Rings games in the next 10 years known to man.
Yeah.
So.
No, good point. Good point.
Here's an interesting parallel, something to watch.
Let's go.
Harry Potter, right? There's a big Harry Potter game coming out. And regardless if you're a Harry Potter fan or whatnot, you can see how they can take what they're doing with Harry Potter and bring it over to these IPs.
Yes.
And I guarantee that everyone's watching to see, from a media perspective, like who own these IPs, from like, let's like if Harry Potter spent, $100 million to build this title and they knock it out of the park, well, then maybe we get some interesting stuff.
It's funny you say that, Brad, because I've been on team #JustOne and popular IPs and pop culture for Microsoft to do, and I get ridiculed all the time. They should
pretty much Cog says do everything.
Yeah, they people tell me all the time I don't want Microsoft mirroring others, and I want them to make their type of games. But if we see success, right, and these pop culture titles, and you see a game like Spider-Man running around, like it'd be nice to kind of have one of those in your toolbox. If you ask me, that's just my But anyways, let me stop being biased. LordSoft, EmbracerGroup, what you feeling?
The precious has been embraced.
The precious,
yes.
Precious. Shmigo likes embracing.
I listen. Unlike a lot of the conversations around it, that the consolidation is bad for the industry. I'm scared. No.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I love what Embracer's doing. Shout out to the guys over on the Doomsayers podcast. We were talking about this on Friday. And Pong Soul was on as well, and we talked a lot about Pong is amazing. And
name dropping and plugging. Here we go.
It's so good.
I like this.
But
he's been embraced.
I like it.
But this is the thing. This is what happens when you actually go on other shows. But I'm happy about this because a lot of the IP that they're acquiring are stuff that I love. Right, that was this AA tier type of game that we just kind of lost for a long time. That level of game disappeared. A lot of these IP have been dormant for a very long time. And all of a sudden, Embracer picks them up. And, with the willingness to bring them forward and make them playable, for the modern audiences, remaking them, remastering them, while at the same time making a commitment to bring them back better than they were before, right? Because the game plan is to bring these IP back, give you the remasters, give you the remakes, and then make new games in these franchises and make them and gradually turn them into more AAA type products. This is something that would have never happened under Square Enix, under any other sort of holding company or developer that had control of these IPs. It wasn't going to happen. Embracer's whole point is that, right? And to speaking to, you know, kind of the scattershot nature of what it seems that they're acquiring. They're looking at what Disney is. They're looking at what Warner is. They want to be this multimedia conglomerate where all of these IPs live. And to Brad's point, when he says the hardest thing to do is to bring an IP, to build one up brand new, and to sell it and to make it into a franchise. You have a lot of these games that are already franchises, and bringing a game to fruition and bringing a game to market is just difficult. So if you have these IP that you think have this reach across multimedia, then okay, if the game doesn't sell as well as you want it to, but hey, maybe it's super popular, and then you're gonna get this cartoon from it or a movie from it. You know, look at Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk, a lot of the love that was around Cyberpunk before its launch kind of dissipated after the whole launch fiasco, right? But then you have like this Netflix show that people seem excited about, and you have other things around Cyberpunk, and you have, you know, The Witcher could have just suffered from that just because by proxy, even though the Witcher products people are pretty much happy with, but the Witcher show could have suffered just because it was a CDPR thing, and it didn't. So I think what they're doing is diversifying in a way that makes sense, getting these, and you know, and luckily for me, it's IP that have been dormant for a long time. They have Legacy of Kain now. They have Thief. They have Deus Ex. Like, imagine them bringing those back in a real way. No other. I don't see anybody else with the willingness to put the money into these IPs to have that happen. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I understand people's concern about they're gobbling up all this stuff. But the alternative is it dies. And I am not in that boat where it's like, oh, survival of the fittest, whatever. If it has to die, it has to die. Because the reality is that
he dies.
Yeah, because the reality is that's not the nature of the game industry anymore. If you have if this consolidation is happening, because it is happening, I'm happy with these companies surviving in some way, shape, or form, being purchased by a bigger entity and surviving, as opposed to them dying and these franchises dying. That's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Lord King, EmbracerGroup.
We have 600 and almost 650.
Yeah, hit
people.
that like y'all.
We have Brad Sams in here, and that's the fastest we ever got through intros.
We're breaking a record.
Not even 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we are breaking a record for Brad Sams.
And I was
ultimate reverence.
Nice by not, digging into one of my favorite journalists / YouTube dudes and digging into his past, because these dudes got a chain on me. So if I'm restrained today, this is the reason why.
We're trying to get the most out of Brad.
Man, listen, Brad has to come back so I can actually get real questions from
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, but EmbracerGroup, their business model is acquiring a whole bunch of assets, because right now cash isn't really good, right? So if you're looking at cash and if it's sitting in the bank, Attic brought this up yesterday, and I had to think about it. The way that we're moving in this recession, cash is being devalued over time very quickly in a rapid pace, right? So what you do is you go out and you acquire a bunch of assets. You go spend all the money that you can, because that money is today's money will be less tomorrow, right? So you acquire them now. The assets will only grow in value, right? So when the assets grow in value, you do a couple of things with these assets. You can sell them, you can market them, you can go back there and you can take games that's already made, remaster these games, peak interest, see where the interest lies in these games. Now, they will never make a console, because if they did make a console, we would have been knew about these acquisitions.
Right.
We would have known that they were in the mix, because what happens, console makers, they snitch, right? And they're out there, they're pointing, yo, this dude's buying up too much stuff.
Oh my God.
And this is, I can't survive if they're buying the stuff and they're pointing.
Are you implying there's
I'm
a
just
console
saying.
making
I'm
us
not
do that?
saying no names today. 'Cause Brad is
Oh,
here,
good.
so
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
gonna bring Brad down the rabbit hole with me. So, as soon as Brad leaves, I'm gonna get hell of a messy. But
Thank you for your
it's,
best
it's
behavior.
like, so they know, they see the snitch and they's like, we don't want none of that culture. What we want to do is we want to facilitate. So they're gonna be the facilitators for a period of time. They're gonna build these IPs up, and then if somebody's really interested in them, they can sell them. Like or they're the bag man. Like if somebody's in trouble, like don't worry about it. I'll pick up these IPs when you get out of trouble. I'll slide them back over. Remember I told you EmbracerGroup, Microsoft tight as hell. So I honestly believe that, we won't know the end game of EmbracerGroup because what they realize is cash is devalued, assets mean more money, and assets can bring in more money. Wasn't this brought up from EmbracerGroup was like the remnants of THQ?
Oh yeah, it was like the kind of the
Right.
remnants of THQ Nordic,
So-
kind of. It's all under one umbrella.
Right. Remember that? So we watched THQ and THQ Nordic go under.
Well, not Nordic.
What are they gonna
THQ
do?
go under.
THQ, yeah.
Yeah. So what did we see? They turned into a bigger monster than themselves. They sat back and they was like, all right, how did we do this? What went wrong? And they reinvented themselves into this juggernaut that everybody's just worrying about who's Microsoft and Sony acquiring.
Right.
Y'all are not watching these dudes in Tencent.
Tencent.
These dudes in
outside, too.
Tencent
Yeah.
fingers are everywhere,
Yeah.
but they're grabbing IPs. So what Sav said, and I like the fact that they do get the IPs and don't sit on them. They tell you, okay, yeah, we got these from here, and what we're trying to do and what we want to do. So they give you hope where there was no hope. You get hope now. So if they continue to do how they're working, I appreciate it. The fact that they got the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that makes no never mind to me.
Yeah.
I don't care where these games come from, to be honest with you. If they're on the platform of choice that I play, I'm gonna play them. So they can acquire as much as they want. I don't think acquisitions are bad because if you're looking at the people or the people that's developing the games or the people that made the games, to see the game that you made being remastered or being remade and it was sitting on the shelf, that makes you happy. So somewhere, someplace, they're making a ton of people happy by these acquisitions, and it's not nothing to be feared. This is just bringing more content. Excuse me, to our space.
Yeah, I really got too much to add. I mean, everyone knocked it out of the park with most of my thoughts, especially where Brad was coming from. Look, it's a huge deal. I mean, they've prior to this, obviously, the acquisitions was Eidos and Tomb Raider stuff, and they've been quietly just acquiring, and this is definitely a substantial move. I think for me, the surprise is when I asked Brad, is like, how is no one competing for the Lord of Rings? Like I just found that interesting that maybe the bag was just that big and insurmountable to compete, but I just found it interesting because I look at like Amazon, I'm like, wouldn't that have made sense, Amazon, if you would have kind of jumped in there in the mix, with Lord of the Rings, and I just think that is a huge deal, and then coupled with I'm a huge limited run fan because like they preserve physical, they go out their way to keep trying to give the old classic feel, for older heads like me. You know what I'm saying? So I really respect that. I guess the question was like, what's the end game? What's the end game for Embracer? And maybe get at it.
I was just gonna say, like, I think the thing that we're not looking at this too is this might just look like buying IPs, but these IPs can grow. This Lord of the Rings TV show about to pop up on Amazon. Once that pops off and it's like the next Game of Thrones, and then that throws off spin-offs. Before you know it, they made the Lord of the Rings license more expensive. So
no, absolutely. That's the benefit. Like Brad was saying, you look at the what you call it, not the one with the Harry Potter. I always forget the confused. You know what I'm saying? The one with the kids with the wild. That one.
Highly disrespectful.
Wow. Clearly you can tell I'm not a connoisseur.
Clearly he's not.
Clearly I'm not
and he's from England.
Yeah.
Clearly. This guy here. This guy. Lineage.
I have lineage. I have some lineage.
We're gonna sort you into Slytherin.
He's a muggle. He's a muggle.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Filthy mug blood. That's
Anyway.
Muggle blood.
Y'all stupid. Anyway, it's just so, you can see the power of having that IP. And then, like Brad was saying, you got the merging of the movies, the gaming. You could really benefit if you have this really successful, pop culture kind of IP. And the other thing is going under the radar. It's like they acquired a Japanese studio in this.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it? Tetsujin is in there. It's just insane, what's going on. My only concern, I'm with you with overall acquisition. I'm Lord Acquisition too, so I'm with you there. My only concern is just I want to see how they, from a management standpoint.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage it. It's a lot to manage,
Yes.
but I think when you look at what they're doing, they have direction, right? When you look at Tencent, what Tencent's doing, everybody's like, what the hell are they doing? Well, they're just acquiring things to own things and to have a bigger stake in the gaming industry, period.
Right.
And they don't seem like they're too interested, at least at this point, to interfere too much in the business of games. Just here, take this money, do what you always do. Whereas Embracer is...
in a quarter, we expect our check.
Exactly. But Embracer is also kind of not interfering, but they are enabling a situation where, like I said, that these IPs and these studios that may not have an opportunity to make them are going to have an opportunity to bring them back. And then, like you said, limited run, all this other stuff, it all falls into, hey, we want these IPs to have as far of a reach as possible in a number of different media.
Right.
And I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we just got to monitor that. It's so interesting to see this games industry, how it's moving. And so
I have a question for you guys. Because this was brought up on Friday, and I think Brad alluded to it a little bit as well. What about the possibility of them acquiring so much stuff that we get a subscription service of just Embracer stuff, whether it be just games, movies, TV shows, whatever it is that they do with their IP?
Let's get Brad on that one.
It all goes back to trying to understand what the end game is. Like we can hypothesize about like what is the end game. That is to me, that's a very logical point that they could move towards. The thing that they're going to suffer on, and I think a lot of us might be able to agree with this, is subscription fatigue. I mean, like look at everything you've got now. You've got Paramount, you've got HBO, HBO is struggling, and they're HBO.
Yeah.
And you've got all these things, and then here comes Embracer. It's like, bam, like here's another one. I'm not saying they can't do it, but even EA has struggled with it, and EA, we all know how big they are. So it's not saying they, again, I don't want to say they're not going to, because it'll be my luck. They'll announce it tomorrow. Subscription fatigue is like Disney
real.
Plus hit it perfect. They were right on the front of that pandemic wave. That was the right time. The launch of subscription gaming service today. I mean, look at look, I've got one of these things right here, Stadia. How's that going?
Yeah, good point. No, absolutely.
Good tech. But that's
good tech. Very good tech.
Absolutely.
The tech is incredible. It's just they cannot launch a subscription service without ruffling the feathers of the other two, and that would see what that effect would be on the Sony side and on the Microsoft side. That will force them to do what EmbracerGroup and Tencent to a lesser extent is doing. I doubt it. I think they can actually put a service together, because they will have to have actual servers to do that. This is where Microsoft is in a unique position, where they don't suffer with like a lot of other people.
They have that infrastructure backbone with Azure.
I think they can put something and make a little pack with both manufacturers and service groups, and putting their games into their I think it's more advantageous to put their games into a little package into each service, opposed to actually taking them on directly. This way you're non-threatening when you're putting your stuff on it, and you're including. So this is how you skirt around the whole FTC stuff and all that other stuff, becoming a monopoly.
I like how you skirting around the FTC.
I think it does serve their best interest to be everywhere, right? In some way, shape, or form.
Opposed to being just one place.
Yeah.
I think a good thing that some people are overlooking is with the consolidation that the console manufacturers are doing, where they're buying these publishers like Bethesda, Activision. There does need to be other people to come out of the ashes of those companies and replace them. So I don't know if EmbracerGroup or any of the other companies are, but you do need some of these AA publishers to go into that AAA market. Maybe not with all their games, but enough to take, the Bethesda's places and, kind of bring balance to the force.
Instead of the evil empires. All right, not fair enough. Look, we've gone on this topic. The only last thing I'll say, Attic, I do agree with you also. Just as long as the quality of these IPs maintain, developers are allowed to do what they need to do to create the products that we like, I'm good. I know we're at time with Brad said. I know Brad has to go soon, but I did want to add before he leaves, I would love to get his opinion on the next topic before he leaves.
Oh God, don't be here for this.
No, I just need him. I need his thoughts.
Get your stuff off, but don't be here for this.
He can choose to do what he needs to do. But I'm gonna hijack you a little bit. DeathStranding to Game Pass PC. We heard the news. Obviously, it's announced on Xbox Wire and Kojima Production 505 Games, and I'm excited to announce that. And Windows 10, 11 PC gamers get the features: ultra wide mode, photo mode, high frame rate, crossover content. It seems Xbox Twitter had a little fun with this as far as promotion and getting behind it and stuff like that. So
they knew what they were doing.
Lord Brad, man, I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts about Death Stranding to PC Game Pass, and are you surprised by this?
Not surprised, candidly. I mean, aside from the leaks, even if the leaks didn't exist, I would still hold true to the statement that one, video games are getting way more expensive to build, way more expensive. Like to build a AAA, quad A, whatever you want to call them, high class shooter or any other type of video game, the cost associated with that is growing faster than console generational growth. I mean, Phil Spencer even talked about it on stage. He said, hey, one of the problems we have with consoles is that the average age of a console gamer grows by 1 each year. It's because it's the same group of people just moving along. And so games are getting just increasingly expensive. And I think this is more of the start, or where maybe we're in the middle game, because we've already seen Sony's like, hey, games are going on to Steam, they're going on to PC because we realize we can make money doing that. It's not hurting sales. And so Death Stranding coming to Xbox is more of an emotional win, in my opinion, than anything else. It's a look, this is the future of the industry. Companies need to make money. Sony's looking at a back catalog of like, look, we got all this stuff back here. It's making next to nothing every month. If we throw it into Game Pass, it looks kind of awkward, but at the same time, we're in this to make money. We're a game studio and a hardware maker, and if this sells us more, makes us more money, so we can invest more into the next titles or the next consoles. Like, that's the industry in a nutshell.
That's right, Brad.
So Brad, I got to ask you then. So there's conversation,
and they put it in a successful. That's right.
So there's conversation about on the internet.
Oh God.
About whether Sony had any control over this. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. Like those are contract line items, and those are always difficult to weed out because, hey, in fairness, it's not like this game came out last week. This game has been percolating through the industry for a while. This has been sitting there, and so maybe it really was like, hey, we got X amount of years, and after that, you can do whatever you want except for put it on the Xbox console. And what would be hilarious is if like Xbox Game Pass for PC wasn't even like a consideration when the initial contract was signed. Then all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's not
in the thing.
Yeah, that's the loophole.
That means Microsoft legal team is ill if they knew when the date was up. I can't wait to talk. But continue, game.
Oh, I think we'll see. I don't know necessarily more about this going into Game Pass, but I think we will see more of like I kind of talked about it in the podcast I did on by myself. Like the definition, aside from Nintendo is always the outlier. The exclusive is effectively kind of dead, right? What we think of like, oh, I got to buy a Nintendo 64 if I want to play GoldenEye. That era is now gone. Now, it still remains, sort of in the flesh and bones of like, hey, Spider-Man's only available on console and PC. It's not available on Xbox, but soon the hardcore definition is no longer.
But Lord Brad, there's a certain subsects of people on Twitter that feel, very emotional about this, very, very tied to this being with one platform and are upset.
I
Another
tweeted
group.
a picture on Friday. Just my stupid computer has LED lights like everybody else does, and I turned them blue, and I said, "I love my new PlayStation." And man, people
I saw that tweet. You had the PC.
so angry. It's like, come, like, and then I did a green one, like, here's my Xbox. And like people say this like I attacked their mother. Like,
The emotionality, Brad. Are you implying there's a lot of emotionality within the games fans?
Oh, it's there's way too much emotion involved in the wrong way. Like, go join Habitat Humanity with that same energy, and you will solve so much.
I feel you, brother. Look, man, I know
It's so easy.
I know you're at time. I had to try to get the most out of you. First of all, the legendary Brad Sams finally in the realm of ILP. We definitely
Appreciate everybody.
got to bring you back. Thank you so much for spending the time.
I need him back.
We definitely got to get you back. We definitely got to get you
I
back.
will.
So tell the people before you leave where to find people can find you, what you got going on.
You know, the easiest way is just on the hell site known as Twitter. It's just BD Sams. Same on YouTube is just BD Sams. I try to get that name wherever I can, so it's just Twitter and YouTube. That's probably the best way to harass me.
No doubt. Brother, you're a legend. We love the information. Absolute pleasure. Brad Sams in the building, brother.
Thank you
Enjoy
guys so
your day,
much.
man. Have a
Thank
good
you,
one.
man.
We will be back.
No.
No doubt. Brad gave us some time, extra time. Salute. So so Sav, you were at Addict. I believe you are up. So man, as far as the Death Stranding thing.
Yes,
I did not go. That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I hijacked you. No,
That
I
was my
hijacked you.
top.
I had to because I was like,
No, go at it.
My
go
bad.
at it.
No,
It's
but no,
funny.
you
It's
are. It's
funny.
you. No, it's you.
No, it's fine. Go. I'll
Wasn't the
I'll
Death
round it out
Stranding my
after King.
topic?
Well,
I thought that was
no,
mine.
it was solved. It was solved at the last minute.
No,
Yeah.
I posted this actual topic in there.
I didn't see it.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's whatever.
Because
It's for the fam. It's for
I'm
the fam.
definitely not
when-
talking about PlayStation PC launch.
When we
That's
have a
big.
guest.
No, remember we have a
when
guest.
we have a
You
guest.
already have a
It's-
topic technically.
Let's go. Let's
It's
go.
good.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Addict. Go.
I mean, it's a funny thing. It's like, look, like I'm still one of the like I don't care what people say. People sit there and they act like Sony doesn't have no involved with this whatsoever. Like they literally act like Sony has been finessed by multiple lawyer firms and it's like, oh no, this had nothing to do with that. 505 made this, and I'm like,
They're the victims, Addict. They're
yeah. So I'm
being
just like, so
victimized.
are we really trying to sit here and say that 505 got one in on Sony?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that makes no sense to me.
I agree with you there. I agree with
right?
you there, but I do think this is more about Microsoft finessing, looking at your contract. and see it as opposed. I agree with you. I don't think it's dumb file, just what I'm saying, getting over. But I do think Microsoft be really combing through to see when they can jump in the mix. Kind of
I
situation.
think this is one of those scenarios
think?
where it's like Death Stranding. They didn't say any sales wise whatsoever. I don't think that game sold well. I think it probably hit profit, but I don't think it made them as much money as they thought, especially how much money they put into
put
it.
in
They
a
let
lot.
the Death engine.
You don't
They
think the
marketed
payers
it like
got one out there?
crazy.
Yeah.
So I think their mindset's like, look, like this isn't one of our games really. This is a second party thing. We don't own the studio. And then, Microsoft's probably been throwing out cash money everywhere when it comes to Game Pass. And it's already on PC. It's like, look, like let's just literally take the work we've already did to put it on PC and just let them have it in Game Pass and take that check. Like, I don't think it's not a God of War. It's not a Last of Us.
Right.
But the
Come
fact that
on,
people,
man, we ain't gonna do that. This was on a box. This is
but
Kojima. This is their god.
But the fact that
we ain't
people,
gonna do that.
the fact that people are sitting there saying, and I think Death Stranding came out on PC like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long ago. So like people are literally trying to convince me that 505's lawyers is what we do? We gonna put in little letters, man, little letters down here. No, it's like, look, like it comes with like the MLB thing. Like, look, I think that was a little bit more on MLB's side, but Sony could have easily have leveraged it away from it. But it's just like they chose making the game.
Not with MLB. That was
They chose.
They could have just not said
They
we're not
chose
making
making the
game
game.
Oh no,
over
you're
not
right.
Making the
You're
game.
right. No,
So
they
it's just
said
like, that's a business decision. They
Right. I
value
agree.
making that game over
I
not
agree.
making that game.
But it let's be clear. It was a strong arm tactic by the MLB over Sony. It's like we feel our game would be better served on multiple platforms, even though you have it currently exclusive. If you continue to make it exclusive, we will take the license from you and go elsewhere. And you're right. Sony then, so to speak, bend the knee.
MLB show saw Sony sitting at the table eating lunch by itself and said, "What the hell you mean nobody else can come over here and sit down? Yo,
I just think it was one of those.
Stop your crap. We're gonna take it from you." And he said, "Okay, everybody can sit down."
I personally feel like that conversation probably went with kind of like what you saw with the FIFA. All right, we feel like this IP deserves more money.
Yes.
Or you make it multi-plat.
Yes.
And Sony's like, I'm not paying you more money. I'll make it multi-plat. Like,
yeah, could be.
That's how I feel.
It could be. No, I know that is very well could be. Yes.
So it's just like to me, it's just, you know, I personally don't feel like Sony is completely anti everything like people claim. Like it's just like, you know, and what's funny is like people want to throw that perspective on, you know, they didn't put stuff on PC, they didn't do that. It's like, dude, they have done a lot, drastically changing their company in the past like 2 to 3 years. Like this isn't like small changes. Like anything is possible for them doing because they have changed so much. This is not the same people running the company that was running it 5-6 years ago. This is a set of new people, and I personally feel like, and I know people don't agree because people were on me on Gaz's podcast. I personally feel like
my joystick gets sorry. I'm messy. I'm sorry, Addy.
Don't evoke the name. What are you doing?
Because he throwing kisses at the chat, and somebody in the chat might think it's for them. I just want to make sure it's clear. Continue, Addict. I apologize. I interrupted. Sorry.
I just personally feel like, you know, Sony's like, look, you know, Death Stranding is an IP we're going to invest into, but we're going to milk every last drop out of this orange that we can. And you know, they went to, I wouldn't be surprised if this showed up on Stadia next week. Like it's just at this point they're like, well, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what
like, you know, we just need to make more money, and I think that's their mindset, especially since it's not their stuff. Like they might own the IP, they own the trademark, but I don't think that if you like talk to the actual higher ups of PlayStation, I don't think none of them really consider Death Stranding theirs. Because I think,
but they own the IP.
They own the IP.
But the thing is, it's like Microsoft. I'm sure if you went up to there and say, "Yo, do you consider Recore your game?" They're gonna say, "We own it, but we can't make it." And I think that you know, for a company to feel like it's truly theirs, they have to be able to do it all. And they would have to go out, find a new studio to make Record, find a new studio to make these games. Like that's why Phil is very like open. It's like, I'm done doing second party deals. I want to own the studio, because what's the point in owning an IP that is useless without a studio to make it?
Fair enough. Lord King sending me funny messages during this.
Oh yeah, you saw that? That's dope, right?
You're hilarious. We're not showing that. Oh,
I don't even know. I definitely don't want that up.
Oh no, you see what you did, Kyle. You see what you did, Kyle.
Apologies. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You see what you did, Kyle.
We gonna break protocol right now. Shout out to $2 super chat. Let me play with your joystick. Oh my God, is Sav blowing kisses at me? Heart emoji face, kiss emoji face. I love you too, Saul. Yes, I told you be careful. He on deck. Literally. He or she.
Yeah,
he or she.
Here with this assumption.
He or she. Let me play with your
disc. Identify as.
Whatever they identify as. Salute. But I knew that was going.
Yeah, thanks, Kai.
Thanks, Kai. My bad. I didn't mean to invoke that. But it's just funny. I knew it was gonna happen. But Lord King, what did you feel? Death Stranding.
Woo!
Oh God.
Woo!
Here we go.
Who do we love? 5. Oh. 5.
I don't like you with these numbers.
5. Oh. 5. Say it with me now. Who do we love? 505. Who do we love? 505. That's right. Oh my God. We got him out of pocket. We got him out of pocket. We got him out of pocket. Hey, all you Sony dudes, you remember, I was like, oh, Death Stranding is crap. Oh, this, that, and the third. It's better over here.
oh, that was fire now.
It's
That was
better
fire?
over here.
It's fire now? Because it's,
Yes, oh
on
God,
Game Pass?
This is what it do, baby. Oh, my God.
Now you care about it now.
I love it. I love it over here. I can't. Over here. Listen, man. I saw somebody say what they say. Oh, it's crap, right? You found out because you paid $70 plus tax. plus tax. It was you. Kojima the God came off the mountain and blessed you. He was like, you ain't got this, King. You ain't got this. And what I said, I don't care about your walking simulator.
You did say that.
Is that I don't care about delivering packages. I care now.
Oh, now you interested.
Right now. You know why I care right now?
Why you care now?
Because it's free for me. It's free for me. And guess what I'm going to find out? I'm going to find out if the words that you were saying out your mouth is whack. See, sometimes it's whack because you had to pay for it. You know what the best thing in life is free. The best things in life is free. You can't experience that because they got you.
Why you trying to act like this is sticking up there? Here we come after benefiting.
PlayStation's for the payers. Yeah, you got, and y'all don't buy no games. If y'all would have brought the game, this would have never happened.
Wait, so you imply that this is their fault?
Yo, the God came off the mountain, blessed y'all with a game, said no Metal Gear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right, Kojima. That's right. And none of y'all went out supporting him. Y'all like the family members that didn't push his demo. You didn't push his demo. And guess what happened? He got to go get the bag where the bag is got. Shout out to 505 for understanding how to get that, finesse that wallet. You've been finessing. I love the finesse.
I don't like that you have 505 on deck. Or you
you
have all the numbers?
This is prophesized. It was prophesized. 505. Yo, you guys don't really understand what's happening here. Y'all not the home of the bangers. Y'all not the home of exclusive. You are no longer exclusive. Y'all walk around every day looking at your IPs like, who's going to turn on me next? Who's the traitor in us? Y'all are actively playing a game of Among Us.
Yo, those were bars. Those were bars.
Who the hell is going to betray us? Who's the killer? Who's the killer? Is it you, God of War? Is it you, Spider-Man?
Are you implying no IP is safe from exclusivity?
They walking around with Hayachi face, all of them. And the best part about it, the puppet master in the background is Jim's dance moves Ryan. He got y'all believe in everything. Y'all was like, yeah, we believe in generations. Why
he the puppet master?
You guys fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Yo, this is the greatest thing to happen. And I don't care if I say it's whack. We ain't paying for it.
I love your enthusiasm for it all of a sudden.
I love the fact that they financed our fun. You guys went out, purchased it, partake, tried it, and we came through and said, you know what? You're right. But it was delicious because it was free and it's for me. Yo, I waited. I waited for this day.
You waited for this day?
I waited for this day.
Wow.
I waited for this day. I waited like Spider-Man.
I can't.
You know when Spider-Man slid over to PC? Wait till when Spider-Man go to PC Game Pass. The conniptions you guys are gonna have.
So are you implying that because there's another discussion that on the advertising there's a logo of a spider on the Death Stranding box or whatever. Are you implying that more is coming at a certain Spider-Man?
I'm implying that PlayStation tears taste delicious. And you guys see it's red, right? Mm-hmm. Strategic. Death Stranding was already on PC. Mm-hmm. They just slid that over to Game Pass PC. Alien, let's get some more bucks over here. Spider-Man already on PC.
I can't.
God of War already on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon and them ready on PC. So while you're playing the active game of Among Us, the killer is Jim. The killer is Jim. People acting like just because Jim over there working on the side, and y'all like, I ain't see him kill nobody. and he playing Killing Them Softly with his son. He got Lauryn Hill in his back pocket. You guys are dying slow. And yo, R. Kelly, I love you too, baby.
These are premium bars, my king. He clearly had a lot to say here. Yeah, this is, I guess I'll go. Oh, this is very intriguing to me. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm gonna give King his flowers today. I'll indulge in a little of messiness today. Listen, we have to shout out the greatest shelf in the history of gaming. Put your hands together for Phil Dominus Maximus Show. Put your hands together for Phil Dominus, because that man had that looted statue, and everybody was like, why does he have a DeathStranding looted statue in his background when he be podcasting? And listen, Nintendo Switch, you next. I know something up.
Thumbs up there.
It's everything has been prophesized with this shelf. This shelf there's no game. He know what he do. You know what his kid, he be saying the subliminals.
He's a chess player.
Yeah, he's a chess player.
But he's a dude that, you know, he's the nefarious supervillain.
Yeah, he the cut.
Someone said the shelf don't lie.
Yeah, the shelf don't lie. No, the shelf.
You guys like my background?
You missed.
Oh,
wait.
yes, that's
no,
dope.
You did
Norman
not.
Reedus, Game Pass.
I can't with y'all. Y'all messy with this. But I will indulge in that messiness. That shelf has proven to be completely accurate. He is in his bag. Phil down with his Maximus.
I got to break protocol real quick.
All right,
Sorry.
go.
I got to break protocol.
Break the protocol.
Free R. Kelly with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate it because I know commissary is hard to come by. So I do appreciate the commissary. You know, thank you.
Man, you should have bought some You should have bought some ramen noodles with those.
Nah, those are cigarettes. Chang. See, I gotta say it.
You gotta say his voice.
That's how you sound to me, R. Kelly. Chang. Happy to have Jim Ryan sloppy second. You paid for it. Oh! I'm happy that you paid for it.
Wow. So you got it off GP. Literally.
She love us.
King, you got it off GP and you trying to say you implied that they paid?
She just like you.
King, what did they fund? What did they fund?
Fund me bank. Thank you.
I can't with Addict being messy now.
All that PC.
I can't,
money.
Addict.
This is dope. This is dope.
Y'all messy.
This is dope.
Y'all messy.
Sorry for breaking protocol.
No. I know. Listen, I knew this was your moment. So I was
he
like,
had to get that work though. He had to go back to the yard, Kel.
Go back to
the yard, Kel.
Shout out to Free R. Kelly doing his thing. Look, man, it's interesting. Like you said, you know, Sony owns the IP, but you know, 505 is controlling this port. And look, Microsoft's lawyers, man, they're strategic. They knew what they were doing. I agree with Brad. I think this was more about the optics and the marketing more than anything. It held value for them because they couldn't wait, Soft, to be promoting this. They jumping on Xbox wires, the whole post. Like this was, you could tell the marketing team was gleaming. They couldn't wait to tell people this was happening. So to me, I look at it like you knew when the date was up as far as the exclusivity, you know what I'm saying, on maybe a competing service. Maybe at that point, the language with PC Game Pass maybe not even existing. And then at that point, when DeathStranding came out, let's be honest, Sony wasn't really invested in PC at that point. That was the older era where they're kind of like, yo, console exclusive. And maybe there was that workaround. And legally, they just put that in. They waited for that time to run out. And, you know, is it to the extent of the MLB deal? No. But this does hold weight. And I'm going to be honest. Look, I'm not, Addict, you know me and you. I'm not going to cap for this game. When the game came out, I was like, it don't look like for me. I'm going to be 100 on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like the FedEx joint. Graphically, it looked nice. But I wasn't paying 60, 70, or whatever it was. But I have to agree with King. If you going to tell me free 99 to go take a peek, hell yeah, I'm going to take a peek. Like,
that's all you got, man. That's all you got.
And I feel that. But to me, that's not capping. Like, capping is if I'm like, now that it's in here, and I'm like, yeah, DeathStranding my favorite game, and I'm going in, and da-da-da-da. No, because I didn't buy it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the beauty of Game Pass. Because
you're gonna get to find out about this wonderful story.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm gonna find out what's the deal on a smaller basis. But I think that's the beauty of Game Pass in the sense that in this industry,
yes, there's going to be people that's going to pay the $60 to $70 and salute. That's what you do.
Pay $60-$70 for what?
No, it's not 60. That's 70 plus, baby.
Listen.
That's a 70 plus. That was they was marketing 70 plus, baby.
Listen.
Shout out to the 700 plus in here. Like, share, subscribe, pass that on to a friend. Actually, they got tears right now, so hand it to a Sony dude.
I can't. You messing.
Y'all really think that Sony had no idea? Like they were
No,
like,
they
we
knew.
can't do anything about
They
this.
knew. I just think they couldn't do anything about it, though.
Especially the Game
I
Pass
don't.
thing. I'll be honest. Listen, if you were my lawyer and you didn't catch this name and language a long time ago, you're fired. Like you're fired.
I feel you, Soft.
Like the moment your job is to watch what the other team is doing to make sure there are no loopholes, right?
I feel that. I feel that. I mean, you could be right, and maybe it is just. Sony just said it's money, and they're still going to get a little bag. You're still going to get a cut.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like when people sit there and they're like, 505 and Microsoft got one over on them. Okay, 505 got one over on.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I hear where y'all going, and it could be very rare what y'all said. But y'all also have to admit, Sony cares about their optics. They care about their exclusives, and from the marketing standpoint, it is not a good look for them based on how they operate. This is the same company that we just talked about last week who put stipulations in to block things to go to Game Pass, right? So maybe in this case, they knew after the fact, and it's like, okay, we don't care at this point. There's nothing we can do. It is what it is with this game. But subsequent games, they can. Subsequent games, you see them block or whatever. But all I would say, it's a very intriguing situation.
I mean, there's a lot of this second party stuff. Like for instance, all right, Microsoft funded whatever part of Tunic or whatever. Tunic is coming to PlayStation next month, right? Whatever the case. Like things like that, like it's gonna happen. I understand the Kojima thing. That's Kojima. That's a PlayStation guy.
The IP, Saul.
Right. They own the IP, and it just to me, it just really feels like maybe there is this other tier that they don't really care about, like Attic was saying, because it is this thing where you knew. To me, they knew exactly what was going on, and this idea of like we can't do anything about it. When it came to baseball, yes, 100%, because that is a game you were making for the MLB. MLB changed how they're thinking, and that's it.
What?
But I don't know, not this.
No, I get what you're going.
What happens if it's deeper than we think?
Yeah, what if it is?
What happens if during 6-7 months ago they announced on Twitter they buy an Activision, and Sony's like, "What we got to do to make this right?"
No, listen,
I want Death Stranding on PC Game Pass.
But see, if you really, if to make it right, isn't I want Death Stranding on console. That's how you kind of.
But here's the thing: if a realm like that existed, which I doubt it, is that I think that's even Microsoft would know something's too far. I mean, but it's like that. That's why I feel like. If this went to console, day and date in Game Pass when it came to the Xbox brand, then I would agree 100% with people. They found a loophole, but the fact that it's a PC Game Pass, which they rebranded to, it's no longer Xbox Game Pass, it's PC Game Pass. That's why I feel like Sony doesn't feel intimidated by the PC portion of Game Pass. It's the console version.
The reason why they don't feel intimidated by the PC portion of Game Pass because the PC portion of Game Pass looks like the stepsister, to be honest with you, of actual Game Pass, which doesn't make any sense. And that's only because Steam is the overriding force. Yeah, Steam is it's the bigger entity. So Game Pass is looking as non-threatening in that space. If what we're hearing with the integration of Game Pass and Game Pass PC and Steam, that stuff actually does happen, or something like that does happen, that changes the whole thought process to that. So okay, Attic might be right. Putting it in PC Game Pass is non-threatening, just putting it over there, making some more money off of these dudes because we made money off of these dudes. That's a good possibility.
And I think the difference, King, with the third-party stuff that they block from coming to Game Pass is they block it for coming to console Game Pass. I've never really seen them go too much for the PC portion. And B, they don't fund these games. They just pay for them to be marketing and stuff like that. They funded Death Stranding.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they fall short or they're not happy, it's on them to cover that money back.
I still say, I agree with you on a lot of levels. I still say, though, the fact that the block is still on the console version of Game Pass, to me, shows that they are in tune with their brand, and they're not going to just let things run around. So in this case, it's it's just either A, there was a loophole found by Microsoft, and Microsoft jumped at it the minute they were able to, that contractually that was able to end, or B, like you said, you and Sav said, which is like they looked at what the contract and let's be real, in y'all defense, I don't know what Death Stranding sales were, but we have to admit the investment in what King is saying is very high for that title. Kojima, when he come through, them games be looking nice. They be, you know what I'm saying, as far as the production value and the actors.
They be costing
Del Toro is in there, and this one, and that one, and Norman Reedus, Walking Dead, and that don't look like a cheap game.
It's like that. It's like it's like, who's that character? Smokey from the original Friday. He comes in, he gets the mother for the money from his mom. The mom is Kojima, and he's smoking. He takes the dollar. What's this?
Yeah, like what's going on?
This isn't what I gave you, Kojima.
Listen, man. I mean, the thing for me, my final point is just from the Kojima standpoint, and them, he gonna get a nice, little bag. Obviously, he's gonna benefit from it, and I am curious about Death Stranding 2 PC stuff, how that's gonna work next go around if a sequel is funded, and I want to see what's going on with his Xbox game. Only for the standpoint is going to be utilizing cloud technology. I did hear from people who play Death Stranding that there's some type of mini version of a social interactive part where you can leave things around the map. I heard or something like that. So to me, and again, I used to love Kojima back in the day. I think he goes off sometimes, but I will give him this. There's a part of me when he makes whatever this Xbox game that's going to use Azure and cloud tech, I want to see how he utilizes it, because he's an out-of-the-box thinker, and he maybe could do something really cool with that game. So I expect like a rollout. I expect, obviously, they promoting this right now. We'll see what happens at the Game Awards and what continues to happen with the stuff that he's producing. But, yeah, look, make no mistake. I have to give King this. From an optics standpoint, Microsoft, it's hilarious, and Microsoft's PR and marketing did a phenomenal job in doing it. They knew the power of the zeitgeist with this game, saying that it's on their platform in PC Game Pass or whatever. So
what happens if that Spider-Man is true?
That's crazy. If that, I don't see it.
If the Spider-Man thing's true, then at that point, Sony literally don't care. Like they're like, look. As long as this isn't on Xbox,
about money.
No, I'm saying like, because I think they care about the semantics. They care about the overall aesthetics of the gaming industry, how they're looked at, because that's the reason they're so big on like reviews. But I don't think they care about the PC market. I think they're mainly focused on the console market. They want to sell games on PC.
Right.
But I don't think that they have as much energy that they have for the console industry in terms of the console market that they do the PC market.
I say this, right? And I know Cog was about to say something.
Okay.
I say, wait till this generation is almost over. When they really know
you gonna say who did that for you?
And they're not coming out with another console. And the flood of AAA first-party games that's gonna hit Game Pass.
Oh, here we go.
And you dudes are gonna be like, why are they doing this?
So are you saying, King, they're gonna be like an E3 show and Microsoft's gonna come up there and they're gonna have a hold up, they're gonna have a GOW pop up and they're like Gears of War and people's gonna be screaming and then you just hear boy Kratos.
So wait, are you implying that PC Game Pass is the back door that all these titles can come through? So the Spider-Man
get it there. What they do is this is how conditioning happens.
Conditioning.
Right? So this is how conditioning happens.
Let's go.
Brainwashing.
The husband tells you every week, okay, I got to go to this. I got to do this every Friday.
I know where you're going.
Every Friday, he got to go here. So you get conditioned to it. Because at first you fought it. Nah. You fought it. You can't go here on Friday. Nah. But he's going anyway. So
he going outside the house, outside the marriage on Fridays. Not telling you why. That's what you said.
And then it turned into Every weekend. You got conditioned. You got beat down. You got beaten to submission. So right now, it's going to PC Game Pass. Y'all out here, but then it's going to slow down, right? That whole anger, it's just PC Game Pass. It's not Game Pass. And they all going to be sliding over the PC Game Pass. Sliding over. And then once you already lubed and good,
my God.
Wow. Then it's gonna slide right in the Game Pass. And you can't fight now because you already gave up all that energy for PC Game Pass. So you just go accept regular Game Pass. You accept it because you accept it every year now. MLB The Show is in Game Pass, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you're making up these weird things. Well, MLB did it and Sony didn't do it. Sony make it and you pay for it and we get it for free. So I don't care what excuse you make. I'm gonna tell you this: $180 billion in debt make you move different, make you think different. When those debt collectors is calling on the phone, you're calling other people like, yo, I gotta get this bread up. What? And you're looking around like, what the can I sell? What can I sell? Stuff gotta go.
They just put Bungie though.
I can leverage these IPs. I can get some bread from here. How much you think we could get for that? That's exactly what they said when the bill collector called on the phone and said you owe us $40 billion.
Oh my.
What we could get for God of War on PC?
What we could get? This is a pawn shop.
Okay, so what they said was they already have Death Stranding because he said, yo, what can we get for Death Stranding on PC? It's already on PC. It ain't on PC Game Pass. Get it over there. We can get some money from them over there.
So you apply they do. Okay.
So financially, they in dire straits.
Oh my God.
Right?
Wow.
Dire straits.
180
After the
billion
fighting
right now. Yeah, that's right, man. That's a problem. That's a problem. So you're looking over, you like, yo, let's shore this up. They're not pushing consoles like that because y'all been losing every month. So you're not pushing consoles like that. We got that hold up in the shop. So you're not selling those. So you're not making money there. You're trying to refabricate and get the PlayStation 4s out. They're not buying. The fan base ain't buying. So we got to go to a place where the money good. Right? Money good on Game Pass PC. All I'm saying is $180 billion in debt make you move different. And these dudes is moving wild different.
And you know, hey, King, you know why they did this?
Tell us.
They got to pay for that Bungie acquisition.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Shane the devil.
Here we go. So yeah, that was that.
That was that. Moving on.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Definitely a funny situation on some level. Definitely surprising.
This might be the first podcast below 3 hours.
Let's not jinx it. Let's
Don't
not jinx it. Don't
Yes,
jinx
keep
it. I
going.
know.
Let's
Keep
go.
going. So let's get these super chats before we move on to the next one.
Hold on. Wow.
And while you wait, you know what? I didn't do the poll. I can do the poll while you.
Yeah, you can do that so I can
all
grab
right,
it.
cool, no doubt. So last week's poll results are in. The people spoken to the question with the latest claims by Microsoft accusing Sony of paying blocking rights to developers to keep games off Game Pass. Which practice do you most align with between the companies? The winner of the four-way ILP poll at 45% of the vote was the Messy Lords. I don't care. They both playing dirty. Ain't nobody got time for this, but they're trying to play on one console. Coming in at second place at 27% of the vote. Both practices are fine. By me, it's called competition. In third place, very close, 26% of the vote. Buying publishers and permanently making most of them exclusive to your subscription service. And in last place, with not a single vote, was buying timed exclusive game releases and secretly extending those deals from other platforms while it remains in the Zeitgeist group. Shout out to all the lords who participated. Just a heads up, I'm going to be changing the format of the poll. I suspect some manipulation. And yeah, it will not be in the place it will normally be. I will announce where it will be moving forward. And I think the guilty parties that are involved know who they are.
And yes, the manipulation. So we will be changing moving forward where the poll will locate it. I will make the announcement later today on the Iron Lords podcast. Twitter, you can get it. So salute to that. Yeah. Oh, look who put his eye emojis up. Yes.
Flame,
it's funny how the guilty.
Flame. I think they on us,
it's,
Flame.
it's funny how the guilty always speak sometimes. But
Flame, I think they on us.
yeah, it's just, a certain group of individuals I feel have definitely got
so we need to talk about the results, though.
the social manipulation. Yes, King, you could talk about the results.
Yeah, so
He said yes. So.
yeah, another week where the Messies is out.
Yeah. Something's going on.
So the algorithm, we manipulated the algorithm to our favor. Just like Sony manipulates the cash to block dudes. We ain't gonna snitch on them because we don't snitch like that.
Oh,
Hashtag stop snitching.
I can't.
Merch in the stores. But we all trying to game on one console, so let's quietly acquire these dudes. Acquisition season, our money just devaluing in the bank, so we might as well, pay for them. Get those guys under our wings. But yeah, man, that blocking stuff, not about that. I know it's about these dudes is doing things, in conjunction. And I say, God bless, all fair is love and war.
Yeah,
be honest.
No doubt. Do what you gotta do.
If this is how you want to get down, understand there's consequences and repercussions for your actions. I.e., addict's background.
Ridiculous.
So while y'all out here blocking, we acquiring. Let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going.
Addict with the PC game, that's hilarious. Anyway, so you all caught
I
up?
feel like I'm on Jeopardy.
Yeah, like you the Vanna White of this. Yo, you hilarious. I can't. Anyway.
Can I buy a Val King?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may. You can buy a value, and the value of that value is equal to trying to go to Game Pass.
Can I think it's GAM. Can I get a G?
Can we solve the puzzle and move on?
We solve the puzzle. I know what it is.
Yes. Yo, give shout out to Will B. He said Vanna White looking very rough today. Shout out to our Vanna White.
Vanna White hasn't shaved yet.
That's an old school reference. Shout out to the legendary Will B. Hood. Good to see you, brother. You already know. Anyway, Salva, we caught up.
Yes, sir. Hold on one second. We got J1, $5 super chat. Salute, Lords. You guys have been killing it. Love the show. By the way, did you see the news about a Blade game from Ubisoft? So there's been some teases.
Oh, okay.
See, I guess the Blade director is they attached him to some motion capture stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. We got Dono Taco, $5 super chat. If Embracer just keeps putting out Gollum level Lord of the Rings games instead of Shadow of Mordor level games, the acquisition was a waste.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yep.
Gollum doesn't look good, but we haven't played it, so we don't know.
Maddie cannot stand that. I like Ball. I'll be talking with Spiegel voice.
Well, hopefully it's in Game Pass, Dan.
Then we got Gerald back, $5 super chat. How do the Embracer Group escape all the regulatory business that goes into buying studios? They grab ish every other week. All hail the ILP.
Well, they don't have a console, so they're not beholden to that. Yeah, they're the distributor. They the connect.
And all the things that the thing about it is the amount of money that went into Activision Blizzard doesn't compare to what they spend.
Yeah. It's crazy. 700 here, y'all. Please hit that like button. Please say it for the kids, for the children. Hit the like.
Listen, every time you hit the like button, the Sony guy sheds more tears.
Oh my God, I can't.
And I'm thirsty.
Yo, I can't continue. Oh, hold on. I gotta interrupt protocol 1 second, Soft, because I did miss out on some of them. Actually, continue. I'll get the merch lined up. You go.
Okay.
Oh, Natty, that's
right.
I
should see the.
Hargit Chani, $5 super chat. What do you make of the Spider-Man spider in the teaser image Xbox put out for Death Stranding?
Well, it showed that it was going to PC.
Hold on.
And it went to PC with Death Stranding. And soon, Death Stranding went to Game Pass PC. Spider-Man soon to follow. Let's go.
Clarity. I heard. We are frauds because we have not played Death Stranding, and for the people who played Death Stranding, they say that spider is on the box, part of it, part of the joint. So, but we will see.
It's part of the box, and it's part of a bigger Inception.
I can't.
All right. So we can't be frauds like you say. if we're unraveling the conspiracy.
Oh my Lord. Continue.
Tinfoil hats up.
And we
Continue.
got Clutchman on $2 super chat. Whoa, Brad Sams. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Brad is awesome.
Legend. Brad was awesome.
Then we got Flame, member for 23 months.
Mm-hmm.
These last few years have been seriously boring. Thank God for all the acquisitions lately. Also, I hate that Xbox is wasting more money on Kojima. Wow.
Wasting money on Kojima. You're ridiculous. I get your feelings, Flame. She's emotional sometimes.
It's definitely wasted money.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Free R. Kelly, $5 super chat. Kang, you cannot escape Jim Ryan domination. Sony is dominating.
King.
Dominating you.
So,
Yo, that was crazy.
are you implying that that he likes to be
Whoa.
Dominating.
Whoa.
are you implying he likes to be directed towards his stuff?
Wow.
He likes to pay.
Wow.
And he likes to be dominated by Jim. Because I don't see it, sir. I mean, I'm honestly telling you, you've been losing for the past 5 months, right?
I know it's really messed up, but all I can see is him just like.
Oh Lord! Don't give us a Addy, don't do it. Don't give us a visual.
All I can see is Jim just walking around. You're gonna like that going to PC Game.
Wow! Why y'all do my guy like this?
The problem is this, right?
Y'all did R. Kelly dirty.
Capping. He's capping.
Salute to R. Kelly.
There's probably a
capping for
blurry
paying.
VHS video somewhere out there with this
He's
footage.
capping for
You got
paying
some
for it. He's
probably got-
capping, and he's saying that they're dominating, and they aren't. He told you you are not enough. You. So what are you? He looked you in your eyes, Kel. He looked at you. He was on the phone when y'all was at the VI. He looked you in the face, and you said, "Are you outside cheating?" And he looked at you and said, "Kels, you not enough."
This is how this going, man. You know why he's so offensive to the stuff you say, man? Because he be getting told that in the prison, man. He be sitting there trying to sleep, and the CO just stomps up, knocks on the thing, says, "Yo, not enough."
He put his hand on the glass. Baby, touch the glass. She said, "No, Kels, no, I will not touch the glass. You're not enough. I can't pay the bills. I got all these guys beating down my door.
He got to put his hand.
I got to give it out.
Wow.
He got to put his hands to the
We gonna
bars.
continue with this, huh?
And they give him
narrative thread.
We're going there.
I gotta keep going. They put his hands to the bars. They handcuff him. They make him put an Xbox controller in his hand. He's like, "You're gonna play greatness."
This is Cormac McCarthy-esque exposition.
Yes.
Here.
They just going on with this.
I could just sit R. Kelly sitting there. He has this Xbox controller in his head. He's like, "I don't want to do this."
So this man was dominated in prison. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, for real, man. It's like they're bringing back. What's the name of that show on HBO?
Oz. There's an episode of Oz. Yeah, this is Oz.
You know what the worst thing in the world is? You know what the worst thing in the world is? Hey, King. You know what the worst thing in the world for R. Kelly is in prison is when he hears that gate open at 3 a.m. He's like, "You coming with me?"
Yeah.
Who opened the door?
You got the CEOs coming there. You got the CEOs coming there with PS5.
Time on the Oz section. Jesus.
He in the shower. He dropped the soap. Xbox walk in.
Wow.
Wow. Moving forward. He sit there and roasted this man for like 5 minutes.
They make him wash his body with Xbox soap.
Moving on from this savagery.
Carol Mac, $2 super that. Shout out to Lord Addict's haircut.
Yeah, you kind of fly today. Kind of fly, no doubt.
Then we got Big Mad Mo, member for 26 months. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Free R. Kelly once again, $5 super chat. Nobody cares about that Stranding on Game Pass. Lojima been washed up. Keep that trash on Game Pass with the MLB The Show. Sony cleaning house. Oh, this is what it is. They're cleaning house.
And what that translated into from Sony's side was, "Thank you for your $75."
Look, R. Kelly quiet. R. Kelly quiet. He's like, "Who told them?"
I can't.
Then we got Mr. BLT's $5 super chat. Free R. Kelly, stop trading SIGs for super chat money at the commissary.
Yo, don't do him like that. Y'all invested. Y'all gotta leave that man alone.
Y'all are capped for Death Stranding when it came out. Now it's trash. Hypocrisy.
I gave this man.
We gonna like it for free.
You coming with me?
Then we got. You ever see Shawshank Redemption?
You know what they do, King? They make you put those onesies on with the Xbox thing.
I cannot right now.
He got a whole Xbox onesie. He's sitting in the day room with an Xbox.
Wow.
Wow.
So time. So
The wise old gamer. Remember for 25 months? Now that R. Kelly's in jail, ... And thanks to this news, I can now use my Steam Deck to get my weekly golden shower fix. Thank you, Game Pass.
Whoa.
That was worse than anything we said.
Whoa, that was extra. That was
terrible.
super time.
You know what that reminds me of, King?
No, let's not. Let's
not do that one.
Let's not do that.
For those of you not in the know, there is a urinating mechanic.
We don't even need exposition, context. Moving on time.
Then we got Kid Smooth. Remember for 27 months. Xbox changed the name to PC Game Pass earlier this year. Sony doesn't have an addendum for PC Game Pass. That's speculation.
That means
Smooth.
everything coming.
Oh my God. I think I'm gonna die from that one, man.
Wow. Then we got Mr. BLT's $5 super chat. To Cogs and King's point, when Spider-Man's license is up for renewal, couldn't Disney demand console parity just like MLB?
No. Disney has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah, correct.
Sony owns that character in its entirety.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's why they have to put out a game or a movie every 3 years. Yeah. If they do not, then the IP reverts back to Marvel, which is owned by Disney, and then they can use them. But they will continue to put out this stuff. What they do not own, Spider-Man is in the cartoons and stuff like that. That could be put out in conjunction with Marvel and Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you see, like, in order to do like finesse things, like they'll change stuff on the comics to make it like less accurate in the actual movies and stuff.
Then we have K Johnson. Wait, hold on. We got Hargeet Sydney, $5 super chat. I hate you, Hargeet. Let me play with your joystick. Have you availed of the offline profile Illuminati Patreon level yet for some of that one-on-one time with Saab? I already told you, Hargeet. I don't know what Patreon level you're talking about because that does not exist.
We're gonna make sure that tier does not exist.
We will make that poppin', and I know that will be very popular.
We could pep
So Saturday night for Saul. That's what we call it.
Yo,
Saturday night for Saul.
listen, when you got the most attractive member of the panel, you gotta listen. We got a demographic song.
That's right. Saturday night with Saul.
You be enunciating real well.
I don't know, man. I think that algorithm is off. So I don't know.
Listen, I know when you here and it's super chats, the numbers is different.
Book them.
Yeah. Moving along. K Johnson, $2 super chat. Who did that for you? Shout out to K Johnson.
Shout out to the whole girl.
Thank you, K.
Wow. Then we got free R. Kelly, $2 super chat. Kang, happy to have Jim Ryan sloppy.
He said that one. We did that one.
Oh, you did that one.
Yeah, King destroyed him. That was great.
Then we have Gerald Mack, $2 super chat. There's a mole in Sony's IP lineup. Then we have SOGV, $5 super chat. Loving the vids. Ayo, King, I'm going to need that new album. Vocal cords are immaculate.
No doubt.
This is your singing during the boxing. What it is, what it is.
Yeah, his boxing commentary had me down.
Then we got Necromancer Zell, $5 super chat. Messy Lord's Day. Always a messy day.
Yes.
I knew this was coming.
You knew this was coming this
We
time.
ain't seen nothing yet.
Then we got Tim the Sorcerer with the £5 super chat. King is wrong. There is gonna be a PS6, but it's gonna be a prototype and the most expensive hardware in the world. Love you guys.
Messy.
Then we got the Xbox expansion pass, $2 super chat. Thank you.
Oh, hold on. That's the ghost?
That's the ghost.
Oh, salute to the ghost. I ain't seen him.
Ghost.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I ain't seen him in a minute.
Cheers to Addict, ILP, and my TLC crew, change.org.
Yes.
I don't have a TLC anymore.
Yeah, gotta get that TCL popping.
TCL
Shout out to
popping,
TCL. Change.org.
in the bushes.
The Ghost definitely initiated the change.org movement whenever we disagree with anything in gaming. So we have to.
Once if Game Pass like teams
Get
up
teased
with
up with them.
TCL.
Luckily it's Samsung. Luckily it's
Nah,
Samsung.
Samsung and it's LG.
Yeah,
And
can't
it's
get,
so
yeah.
far, yeah.
Can't get about
The
that.
best. They don't mess with that other stuff. That's for the PlayStation. Actually,
always
partner with
change.
TLC.
Always change.
It could change though. Continue.
Then we got member for 27 months, slow-mo back slap.
Slow-mo DPS podcast in the building.
Slow mo.
Never go
You
full
full of mess.
Kojima.
I haven't seen you on Fortnite yet.
No, he be playing though. I be seeing
Yeah,
him.
I haven't seen him with me.
Oh, okay, gotta send a
Getting
message.
all these chicken dinners, but
Yeah, get them victory royales. So what's old man say? He just said
Never go full Kojima.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Salute.
don't ever go full
I know
Kojima.
we take them in bite-sized chunks. bro.
Bite-sized.
Oh,
no
We
director's
leave
cuts.
full Kojima
This isn't-
so they can dominate kills.
This really isn't like huge news, but
What?
apparently some of the regions are already starting to approve the Microsoft.
Yeah,
deal.
someone in the chat says Saudi Arabia approved on
Arabia. I
Microsoft.
Saudi
already
Arabia
tweeted
just
that out with
approved
your
it.
faces.
Yeah, they
I got
just
you.
approved it.
Hold on, slow mo's on your head, King. He said, I sent you an epic friend invite, King. Log in and check your invites.
You did?
Yo,
You
I've
did? That big
actually
friend?
like
All right,
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
like
you been playing it?
I gotta bend the knee
I heard it's fire.
Fortnite with
Sinister
without
keep
the
trying to
building
bully
stuff.
me. Yeah,
like,
he said it's fire.
I don't mind. Like, here's the thing: when I shoot people, okay, I'm semi okay at it. I have semi accuracy. Where I always misplace with Fortnite is they build the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
and
I
say
hate
you
that.
can't
That
hit me.
disconnect.
That's
So-
gone, though.
That's gone. I heard the
No,
the-
that's
the-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I vibe with it more.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it's-
gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Sinister,
That's
if you
fun
in
as hell.
there,
Plus,
I
you
will
got the
try
Silver
it.
Surfer.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
dope.
He said it'd be fixed with the
Goku.
surfer and all that. I bought it too. I just gotta play it.
Okay, then we have Mr. BLT's $5 super
Man.
chat. PC Game Pass didn't exist when this game and deal was made. No one thought, let alone Sony, that a PC subscription service was feasible or become successful. Yeah, that's fine. Once it's out, you jump on that immediately. Like I don't see their lawyers just resting on their laurels on this. I don't see this.
No, I feel you. They could basically what you said is they could have extended to block if they chose, and they chose
the
not.
moment that came out, you got to jump on that. And if you're not, then you should get fired.
I feel
That's
that.
it.
I see where you're going. You're winning me over, Slow.
Hard Chini, $10 super chat. Disney/Marvel show coming in September. Spider-Man logo tease. Disney announcing Spider-Man and Miles coming to PC Game Pass, maybe? Question mark.
Oh my god.
Some same odd situation here. Disney owns the character. Disney owns the character, meaning that what real stake do they have in this coming over to PC Game Pass? We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. And like Alex said, this is from the brightest sun. €2 super chat. Saudi Arabia has just approved the ABK deal. Then we have Fuzzy Belvedere.
Oh,
Shout
the
out to you,
homies.
sir. $2 super chat. PC Game Pass. This is how you share a game.
Yo, yo, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, Fuzzy.
Then we have Drogba. $5 super chat. How much of the rising cost of making games do we think is quote unquote real, i.e., wages, production versus bloated marketing and suppliers? I think raising prices because they can.
No.
Nah,
Inflation is real.
Inflation is real. Just the fact, like when you think about what we expect of games now,
Yeah,
like,
it's ridiculous.
bro, it's ridiculous.
The
It's a lot of
groups
money.
But I will say that is up to the market to dictate. You know what I'm saying? If the market dictates that people will spend that money and buy it, and they're getting away with it, they're gonna keep doing it. Not that I agree with it. Not that I agree with it.
Like gamers, we very rarely
We
like,
rarely
die
put
on a
our
hill.
foot down because when it's that fire heat game that we've been wanting, dudes be bending the knee quick.
It's just the fact
that's
that
what I said.
groups are bigger and there's more manpower. People get paid more now than they did in the past. So if you're paying somebody or groups on an hourly wage, or you're paying them even a salary, salaries has gone up. Cost of living has gone up. So you have to factor that into the time and stuff that goes into making these games with these developers. And not to say that these engines are cheap to make, the sounds, the licenses for audio and stuff like that. So, excuse me, depending on what type of game you're trying to make and where you're trying to take it, the cost is astronomical. voice actors, all these, everybody's, the price has gone up.
I think the biggest issue when it comes to that is just like, look, like you can disagree with the practice of raising prices, but still buy the games. I feel like people think that you can't do that. Like, I don't agree with paying $10 more for games, but it's like I said on Guys' podcast, you know what's worse than paying $70 for God of War? Not playing God of War because I don't want to pay $70. Like, they got us between a rock place and a hard place. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, it's either
there's stuff you could do. It's just they know the impulse nature.
But realistically, it takes a huge movement to realistically change stuff. And you as an individual, you're better off probably just buying something you want to play and playing it. Like, because I don't, and you know, it'd be different if we knew that certain things were going to change. Like, if something like that happens, we're not going to get like mini microtransactions or season passes will go away. Most likely these publishers are going to still do all of that other stuff with the $10 increase. Last time I checked, 2K didn't just drop all their stuff in my park. You still got to pay $10 with all that too. Like,
Gamers, look, they're just not going to wait. But I mean, that's just how I look at it, sadly.
It'll change when the force of change comes from another direction. It has to be an entity that is hungry enough and big enough to force the change to happen. And we've seen it already. So the fact that one of the entities that from a standpoint of loss changed how subscription services is, the Game Pass would not be successful how it is right now without first party day and date inside the Game Pass. That diametrically changed how we saw everything. Very dynamic in that view. Sony is going to have to acquiesce, right? It's going to have to happen. Either get down or lay down. So that $70, if you guys do not buy God of War day one or whatever, and y'all do like y'all have been doing, waiting for a sale or trying to get it on a break, stuff like that, because you guys are the instrument of your own demise. You built this monster, now the monster's capitalizing and dominating you. So what you want is from this monster is to actually copy what the competitor is doing. So y'all continue down the path that you're doing because you don't buy games anyway, and you will see once Xbox Game Pass continues to grow in this fashion, your games will be date and date too. So that will happen. Change will happen. It will be forced change.
All I know is there's way worse scenarios that can happen than you paying extra $10 per game. You could be in a jail cell with Kelly.
Oh, God.
Getting knocked out of the jail cell at 2 in the morning.
Moving on.
Yo, could you imagine the people that tune in that don't know
the context of what we're talking about? Exactly. Don't know that it's exactly. We demonetized now.
Donna Taku, $5 in the chat. The spider on the box is actually from DeathStranding. It's not related to Spider-Man. Yes.
So you say.
So you say.
Oh, there we have. Conspiracy likes the other way.
We have Called Weeb, $5 in the chat. There will be a PS6. It'll just be the Luna PS6 after Amazon acquires Sony entirely.
Tell the truth, Shane the Devil.
Then we have Hector the Macho Man, $5 super chat. All hail the Lords. King is 97% right, and the PS6 might not come. I love the fact that all the Sony ponies woke up with Hihachi face this morning.
Yo, I gotta say thank you, Hector. And your game Coffee Talk is inside Game Pass. And I just wanted to let them know.
No doubt. Moving on.
All right. We got Flame, $2 super chat. This is a witch hunt. Hashtag Messy Lords forever. I don't know. Some evidence pointing your way, Flame. I don't know.
Like I said, the film. Let me stop.
Don't worry about it, Flame. We'll find.
But you're definitely a suspect, Flame. You're definitely in the investigation. You're a suspect. Continue.
Then we got CW, $2 super chat. Hashtag just one. ... More snatch up for Xbox.
Wow. The leader.
And we got Slowmo Backslap, $5 super chat. For further proof how Kojima gets away with anything, he has a character in Death Stranding called Die Hard Man. What if I made one called Pass Gas Man?
Wow. Messy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to play that again on my Steam Deck because I have it on there.
I just installed.
I'm gonna give it a shot, but yeah, I mean, it's like shout out to BG because I love what he says. Fake deep.
He's fake deep.
He's fake deep.
The lolly lily lalo. That's what he lost me.
Lolly lily lo. Exactly.
Good.
All right, then we have. Hold up, I got jumped. My goodness.
There's a lot of super chats today.
Yeah, I got jumped all the way back. Give me a second.
Let me see. All right, so you said no. Damn, we had a lot. Holy damn, we still got to.
I hate when
I'm trying to get out of here about 4 guys.
I know, and we were doing good.
Okay.
The super chat said, okay, I got it.
Okay, I got it.
Texas, yeah.
Texas, $5 super chat. It appears Saudi Arabia has approved Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard. Hit the like and praise the Lord.
Yes, salute. Thank you. Yeah, looks like deal's moving. Continue.
Okay, then we have Gaming Forte, member for 33 months. Glad my Game Pass brethren can try this technical feat of balancing packages on their backs. Actually, I'm really not. And as always, hey, King Boo Boo.
Hey, Forte.
Salute, Forte.
Then we have
Lord
Metroid, $2 super chat. Let R. Kelly have his Jim Ryan visits, okay?
Wow. Starting this Attic and King stuff again. Mm-hmm.
Then we have
maybe that's why the CEO is just saying 2 a.m. Come with me.
It's messy.
Then we have Absolute Sword, $2 super chat. Jimmy said, "Let's try the other hole this time."
Time on these super chats. Jesus.
Wow. The Lord's Day. Remember the Lord's Day.
It's nothing sacred.
Language.
Oh my God.
We got Black Ronin member for 16 months. Great show as always. BS was spitting. Saudi Arabia starting the coming domino effect. Phil next year should tweet out domino motherbuckers when this closes.
Wow. Messy.
No, not domino. I scream out copy cool.
Yes. Copy cool. Ow. Wow. Let's go. And slam the table.
Yo, remember that?
Yes, that's old school. That's old school.
You jump up like, oh, what's going on?
I used to love those old dudes out on the
step. Yeah. My J's in front of the bodegas too.
Then we got AKW, £5 super chat Saturday night with Saab. I'm up for that. No, you not.
Whoa.
Let me play with your joystick. Are you up for that?
Oh, he definitely up for that.
It is. Yo, we're gonna make that tier $25.
That's it for Saab?
Saturday night for Saab. You know, you get a half an hour with the man.
Whoa!
Wow!
You get a half an hour with the man, the myth, the legend.
Wow! That's what them kisses will do.
Do with him as thy wilt.
Whoa! We ain't doing that.
I'll make sure I get off camera next time to see my wife off. God forbid.
God forbid. Continue.
The Wise Old Gamer $5 super chat. So now that Roe versus Wade has been overturned, I guess Sony is dumping all their illegitimates on Game Pass now.
Messy.
This is what I wanted to see on Friday. He was too well
behaved. He was too behaved. Yeah, behaved. No doubt. Uh-oh.
And we have Andre, $2 super chat. Sony won July MPD over Microsoft. King.
What now?
They did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it. Just like an animal dying in the woods. Nobody cares.
What you was saying today?
Animal dies in the woods. Did it really happen?
When Game Pass beat y'all a month, or when the Series X beat y'all a month, the world take notice. But when y'all do anything, nobody cares.
Oh, my God. Messy.
And send me the facts. Stop giving me your lips.
Pause.
And we got Hargeet Shadi. Disagree on the idea that you should keep buying at $70. If you don't like it, you don't find drug addiction by becoming an addict. No pun intended. Wow. To change things, you have to not participate. That is true.
Yep. The thing is, though, is first off, like, are you just not going to not play games? Like half the publishers are making $70 games. Like, are we just not going to play any new games? Like, imagine when Xbox sooner or later hits the $70 title. Are we just not going to play those games?
I'll be playing the hell out of them in Game Pass.
I get that, but
I'll be playing the hell out of them.
It's just like, you know, when God of War Ragnarok comes out, I'm not going to let $10 stop me from enjoying a game. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, I will suggest, you know, be more selective. Just don't buy anything now. Right. And what's funny is people will sit there and they will buy every game known to man for $60. Every game, knowing damn well they ain't going to play half of those games. And then they want to complain that I say, yo, I don't. And I said, I don't agree with it.
Oh, okay.
But I also said I'm not going to let it stop me from playing games.
Well, yeah, that's it's a personal choice.
I don't care what anybody buys. Be honest with you. I don't care if y'all ever buy a game. But the thing is, don't complain about it. Either buy it or don't.
Yeah,
That's it.
Vote with
Very
your
simple.
wallet.
That's it.
Stand on your conviction. Like for me,
Be like me.
Last
Wait
of
for
Us was
Final
one.
Fantasy to show
I
up.
wanted Last of Us remastered so bad, but I was just like, I didn't feel a value for that price point, so I'm gonna wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm not getting it either. It's
Yeah.
like, look, like this is not like an all game thing.
Yeah,
like
it's
some
a
games
pers-
aren't even $70. It's like the games that are really important to you, get those games. But the games that you're on the fence with, now it's an extra $10.
Yep.
That $10 could be the deciding factor.
That
It's
was
like,
me.
look, I would have bought it for 60, but 70, I ain't messing with this
I
game
ain't-
that much to buy that
I
game.
wasn't buying DeathStranding for 60, but that Game Pass said
I wasn't
okay.
buying it for nothing.
Yeah,
I was
that-
$0
for me,
and
yeah,
0 cents.
A Game
I'll leave that
Pass
to
free
Kel.
$99. All right, we'll take
Take
it. Take it for a
I
spin.
wanted to be
I
dominated.
bought it. Was it 60 at launch? I mean, I bought it for 60 at launch, and an hour in. You know, I wasn't in the right.
He wasn't in the right state for the packages.
I guess that's my biggest thing. It's just like, do we waste so much money on games we don't play anyway?
No, I get it, but to
I
Hargy's
definitely
point
do.
too, I do understand, the mindset, the people, wanting to take a stand on it and saying, yo, they're not doing
Oh,
it.
but see, the thing is I never told them not to take a stand.
No, I feel like you talk about
I
you.
just told them don't expect me to pick up the pitch.
Right, no one's going to tell you.
I'm still going to play the game.
You a scab, you crossing the line.
It's like, look,
playing God of War.
like I ain't gonna be one of those things where I ain't gonna call the cops on
Addict.
you. You pitch for it.
You got to take
But
a
don't
stand with
expect
me.
me.
We
like,
got to
I
boycott
will.
together.
It's like one of those things where it's like, you're doing the strike at work. I need that money.
He going to work.
I'm crossing the picket
Yo,
line.
King, he the
Like,
dude that walking past
remember that
people,
in
past a
Einstein?
rat.
Yeah, they're like,
Remember that?
And then guess what? Like, we're gonna sit there. You guys are gonna boycott outside the business.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna come
You
out
going in.
Friday with my paycheck in my hand.
Oh,
Like,
man.
It's like, look, I needed this. I got this. Now you can do that.
Listen, man.
That's cool.
That man got
But
to feed his family.
as long as neither parties are trying to tell the other party
feel
not
that.
to do it,
I feel
I don't
that.
see an issue.
I hear you there. Like, let people do what they want to do. Like, I'm firmly in belief.
If you want to be a scab, go be a scab.
And then you gotta look at it.
though.
You gotta look at it from another standpoint. Like,
Consequences to being a
like
scab.
there is a thing where it's like, I'm a content creator, I'm a podcaster. Like, it goes deeper than just the money. It goes to coverage. It goes.
You don't gotta
No,
explain
but I've
yourself.
only talked about me.
I know,
I
but you ain't
can't
gotta
only
explain-
talk about
No,
me.
Addicts world, but bro, you good. Like, you ain't gotta explain. It's your personal choice, but you do how you want to do. Don't let no one move you off your square.
No, I mean, I would just say.
Oh, explain it. Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
like
you
he's
just letting
super
these dudes
chatted.
know, stop
He's
coming
super
for me.
chatted
That's what I sent for you.
He's super
Shout
chatted
out to
for that discussion, and I gave him that discussion. It's like,
Moving on.
shout out. Hold on a second.
Man, Dicko McThickens, I'm there.
Yeah, man, I'm right there. Hold on a second, man. Dingo McThickens.
Woo!
Oh my god. Yo, did my man say let R. Kelly have Jim Ryan conjugal business? Come on, that's hitting below the belt. Though I hear most Sony guys like it. There.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Disrespect.
These super chat. I thought we was gonna get through this show.
Thing is
quick.
highly disrespectful.
There we go. Hold on. I got jumped again.
I got you.
You got Jean-Marc Louis.
I'll let you say it. Yeah. You say the name,
Jean-Marc Louis.
Yeah. $2 super chat. Saudi Arabia first to approve Activision Blizzard King. Dominoes falling.
Yeah, here we go.
Listen, it's gonna happen.
Then we have BBW Bobby.
Oh!
Super chat.
PBW Bobby outside.
We not gonna act like Death Stranding a game of the generation. Xbox/PC players should feel lucky to be able to touch greatness on their minimal budget.
Big Bobby Schmurt is outside.
That's
King.
right, Bobby. You love those big girls. Hey, Big Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Thank you for supporting. Now we're gonna get it for free because you like to pay for that stuff. You pay like you weigh, Bobby. You pay like you weigh, Bobby.
Yo. Again, shout out to BBW Bobby.
Unless I send for you, Bobby.
Yo. On his head
We
like
got
that.
Rated Blade 2,000 super chat. Death Stranding will be better on Xbox. We have a community.
As if Sony does not have a
Yeah,
community.
we have better resolution.
Yo. Moving on.
Let me see. Hold on a second. The Wise Old Gamer $5 super chat. Jim to R. Kelly. When I say boop boop, you say beep beep.
Give him that boop, boop.
Give him that the keys to ignition.
The remix to ignition.
This shit we doing ignition. Wow.
Wow.
This is what I wanted. See, this is what I wanted.
Wow. That was messy. What else you got?
Yo, then we have BBW Bobby again.
Oh,
yes. Ragnarok should be $90,
Oh,
honestly.
Big King. He want to pay 90.
It's gonna be $90 for you and free for me. Get dominated, Bobby. Get dominated.
Oh, you implying that Bobby like certain things a certain way? That's what we doing?
Bobby like the big things. Go, Bobby. Go, Bobby. It's your birthday. Go, Bobby.
And you know what's even crazy
King
more
be
about
straight
Bobby?
flaming people in the chat.
You know what's crazy about Bobby King? That's R. Kelly's cellmate.
Yo,
This is Bobby right now. Go, Bobby. It's your birthday. Go, Bobby. Go, Bobby.
Yo, y'all gotta stop coming for King, man. Y'all know he got the clip ready. Y'all know he got the clip ready for y'all.
You know what's funny? When the CEO comes against R. Kelly, man, Bobby like, why can't I go?
You gotta find that picture of that video of Otta BZ dancing.
Oh,
where he's like this, and the hat doesn't come over his head.
Yo, they in the yard right now.
Me, man. My bar is tight as hell.
We got
King be flaming.
Dono Taku, $5 super chat. $70 games is a wait for price drop or sail the high seas until it's cheap and then buy. Yeah, man, it's up to you.
It's up to you.
That's what they do.
I feel you.
That's why the games is over here.
They out here being disrespectful.
Better love that girl. You see that girl.
All right,
we're finally caught up. The final topic. King gonna set you up.
Thank you, sir.
So, on PlayStation PC launcher, a reference has been discovered in Spider-Man PC. This is following the discovery of references to PSN account linking. Shout out to Video Games Chronicle. They said Sony could soon introduce its own launcher for PC games, following the footsteps of Ubisoft, Rockstar, and Activision Blizzard. References to a PlayStation PC launcher have been found within the files of Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, which launched on PC last week, suggesting that such a platform could be in Sony's future plans. King, you're all over this. What do you have to say about this? What's your thoughts on this?
Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey do it all the time. Every time Microsoft does something or somebody does something successful, and you're supposed to. This is a copycat business. I knew this was coming. Once they said that they don't have the ability to show you your platinums and your stuff now. This was coming. So dudes was laughing at me. Yo, shut up, King. They're not going to have us pay for nothing. Yo, guarantee you're going to have a separate subscription service to this. It ain't going to be all-encompassing. It ain't going to be like Game Pass Ultimate, where you got Game Pass Ultimate PC, you got Game Pass, you know. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. They're going to have a separate joint. Because remember, they look at the PC entity as a separate entity. It's not overhead. So when somebody has said, do I have to buy this game if I have it on PC and it's a PlayStation game, do I have to buy it again for my PlayStation if I want to play it over there? And they was like, yeah. You know, it's a separate entity, sir. This is not connected, and this is the reason why.
So you imply that the PC launcher is going to be separate from the PlayStation Premium service?
It's going to be completely separate.
Okay.
They are going to have to pony up because listen, we found out today they like to be dominated. Right? Wow.
Why we found out today?
Well, Kells told us. So
Kells told us, BBW Bobby.
Yeah, being that Kells is the representative, and he represents the PlayStation Nation.
Like to be dominated.
I can't.
He
He definitely told us that they like to pay. Remember? And then Bobby came in and reiterated it. Bobby came in and said $70 is too little.
I keep thinking about the real R. Kelly and Bobby Shmurda really doing this.
They doing the collabo. And you know, Bobby said we need to pay 90. So he heard you. And you will be paying your 90 for your PC.
You know what's funny, King? You have like Bobby and R. Kelly arguing who's going to pay more. I'll pay 100.
Yo, they fight to pay more. but it doesn't ever translate to actual sales. So they do a lot of conversating and bloviating, but stuff never really happens and it never really comes to fruition. But what I do say is Sony is going to do the launcher. That's inevitable. I knew this stuff was coming. My question to the team is it going to be a separate entity, or do you think it's going to be integrated into PlayStation Plus now premium service, whatever they got going over there? Do you think they add an extra tier? Do they roll that into the premium tier? How do you think they get the PC launcher if it's not separate, integrated into the PlayStation service?
Addict, your thoughts on this PlayStation PC launcher?
Yeah,
you're the PC connoisseur. You're the Lord of PC, the Lord of showing us your build. Let's go.
I look, unless it's day and date, I don't care. I really don't, because I'm not gonna, like, if a game I'm enjoying and a game I want to play comes out 2 years later on PC, I've already beat it. I've already moved on with my life, man. Like, you know, I don't need to play Spider-Man 2 years ago now. Like, I played it 2 years ago. Like, and that's why, you know, the PC Master Race, they wait and race.
Oh my God, the
slander! Buy PlayStation. If you want to play it, buy PlayStation. You want to play certain things, buy the platform it comes on. That's why you never like see me on here. I might ask for it and hope it comes to a platform, but I understand at the end of the day, like, look, like sometimes you gotta spend money to get stuff. And personally.
What if they're willing to wait though, Addy? What if they willing to
then wait?
Okay.
I don't care. You can wait. Like, you can get it spoiled 100 times on Twitter. You can go on YouTube and see thumbnails spoiling the last boss. Do that. That's you. That's cute. But it ain't me. You couldn't catch me like that. I'm gonna play out there like that. No, because then that's the kind of person that waits 6 months sit there, you in a conversation about a game, and they're like, "Oh, I ain't played it yet." Okay, so like, no, like, you can say you wait 6 months and you just sit there and be like, no, because it's just like, look, like, if you were serious about playing that game, guess what? You'd have played it. You weren't. It was something that it was. So did Addict play Final Fantasy?
Oh, slow on and pass back the races of set.
So what you're saying is people that got morals, to hell with your morals and standing on your square. Yeah. And not saying that you don't have morals. What I'm saying is they have their morals, because my morals for this Final Fantasy, you said it was multi-plat. I'm waiting for it. I'm not giving you that bread. Right? So when it comes to
I played Final Fantasy.
I'm going to do that.
No, he's talking about for his personal choice.
No,
I don't care about your choice.
I know, exactly. What I'm saying is, what if this is the argument? The person comes to you and be like, but I have morals. And I got to stand on this square.
Okay, and your morals are stopping you from a good experience. That's you. That's a you problem, not a me problem. That's a you problem.
It doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad experience. It's the fact that they're standing on their square because they're looking for that change.
It's a small ass square. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm on my pinky toe.
PC sales are starting to pick up in these games, Addict.
Yeah.
Well, they better. Yeah, it's just, it's like, look, like Final Fantasy VII. Rebirth. I don't know what that game's called. I'm gonna be playing that on the PS5. Okay. I'm not waiting a year to play it on the PC. I respect people that do wait. It just couldn't be me. Like,
it's just not what you want to do. I respect that.
Yeah.
Where we at? That was it. Okay, I thought you had more. My bad.
No, I mean, when's the last time like I said anything like I don't buy games on PC? Like they. Unless they put their own like Game Pass PC, maybe we can have a conversation.
My thing is this.
It would have to go with like the stuff I already pay for, because like right now, like Ultimate, if I want to play a game on PC, I have option of that because I already paid for a service that gives me the option for that. But I have not paid for any of their games on PC. Not God of War, not Horizon.
The question is, how do they integrate it? Do you think it's going to be separated, or do you think it's going to be integrated?
Yeah, how you think?
That's it.
No. Into PlayStation Premium.
Launcher. Is it going into their service, or is it going to be a separate entity? That's all.
I think it'll be a separate entity. Like, that's if they do something. Like, I think there's a good chance that they make their own store. I'm just curious if they rip it from Steam. That's what I'm curious for. I don't think they would.
Nah, bro. They can't.
But
I don't think they can.
I don't. But then again, God, like they have some very prominent titles, some very high demand titles.
Yeah.
If the only way I could see that working is if they did day and date, because then they would feel like if you want to play God of War on PC, you gonna have to come over here and play it.
But what about if they do day and date cross buy?
I don't think Sony would do that because they're gonna want you to buy on PlayStation and PC.
And that's why.
What if they do day and date with their service on their launcher? And they like, yo, PC, you got our launcher.
And with the launcher, you get all that.
You get your trophies and cross integration saves. What's up? What's up?
So people are saying to contradict. What am I contradicting? You know, you guys got to hold that L. Tell me what I'm contradicting. We'll get back to that. What was you saying
about what if the PlayStation launcher that's rumored to happen that's their way into day and date, and they like, all right, you want it on Steam, you pay whatever, but if you buy here in our launcher, you get day and date with PlayStation, and you get your trophies, your cross progression.
That would be interesting because then what they can do is they could say, look, you Steam fanboys, God. You know, this is the same people that condemn the Switch but will pick up a Steam Deck and act like there's nothing wrong with it. You guys could still get your crap, you know, that's fine. You can still have that Steam library, but if you want these day and date, you have to come over to our service. I just don't know if they're willing to jump out the window, because once you open up that door and jump out, you can't just go back.
But I mean, I feel what you said. I feel I'm second too.
And I do feel like they're not ready to make that commitment. Maybe in the future, but I don't know if they're ready to make that commitment. But I don't see them opening up a service when they know Steam is the big fish.
They are. It's found. It's literally data mined. It's literally in the code. There is a
but we've seen games on Destiny where stuff was originally put into the system and took out at the last minute. Like there's a lot of scenarios that goes into that where it's you know, the code is there but they never intend on using it and they didn't take it fully out.
And another code from Nixus, PSN account link, PSN link entitlements.
But we see that with but here's the thing, like we see that with Minecraft right now. You know, you buy Minecraft on a variety of services. You buy anything on Xbox on a variety of services. You buy Minecraft on PlayStation. You have to log in to the the Xbox to even access it. So I mean, that could literally just be that, where it's, you know, we got these games as a service coming out with Xbox, PlayStation, and they want to make sure that you're on their server even if you're on PC.
It is interesting, King. I mean, excuse me, Saul. Your thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, I think it's happening. I think it's happening because at the end of the day, I don't think they pull it off of any other platform just because they realize the reach of Steam. They realized the growing reach of EGS, even though it was like EGS had a hard time. And I think this is specifically why they don't pull it off of anybody else. PC gamers are fickle, bro. They're funny. Like to this day, you have people online arguing that they'll never buy a game on Epic Games.
Epic Store. Facts. They don't like them launches. They don't like other launches for their Steam.
They don't
That's
like
a
other
fact.
launchers, right? But at the same time, if they do put out their own launcher, that's 100% profit for them. They don't have to share with anybody else, right?
Bread. Yep.
And if on the back end, if there really is an issue with them integrating all of their trophy stuff and all of their PSN profile stuff into other services, this is the way around this. Like, okay, you get the game on ours, right? And you get everything, all the perks you expect from from having a PSN account. You get it if you purchase it on this launcher.
I feel like the only possible scenario, like here's the thing though, I think they've seen EA try it, failed, leaving Steam, doing their own thing. They've seen Ubisoft try it to a point. Now, I didn't say Ubisoft failed. They still have their own little subscription service. They seen Bethesda leave and come back with their own launcher. Maybe that was a little bit on Microsoft's end, but to me, I feel like there's too much. One thing you could say about the Steam fanboys is they're not budging.
Steam fanboys.
They're not budging. Like
they hold it down.
Stay on that square until that square is demolished and a house is put there.
To the point where they will purchase at least an Xbox, the Xbox version of a game, paid version, as opposed to sometimes the subscription service of Game Pass.
That's why I feel like Sony gotta see that. And sometimes they make dumb decisions, so that this might just be a dumb decision, but it's just like I don't see you selling unless you're on Steam. It's just being realistic with the matter. Like,
right.
I think the only way that you could compete with Steam on some form of level, and it would never happen, for all the console manufacturers release games on Steam on their own platform, on PC, like a console store on PC. Like even Nintendo, Microsoft, Xbox, they would have to come together like Ultron and sell on that store. And I never see something like that happening. So it's just like, look, like if you want to sell stuff on PC, you don't have to, you know, not make your own platform, but you have to keep your stuff on Steam, or I don't see the point in doing it. I'll be right back.
I think they do everything. I think they're gonna do it all. They're gonna try to have their cake and eat it too. To King's point, I think it does go into that PS Plus thing, because that top tier of PS Plus, it is not popping off with what it has right now. Nothing.
Gotta have.
There's no real value. As somebody who loves having access to the older games and stuff like that, that is cool. They have shown a reluctance to put anything into that, but they're making you pay more for it. Like, I don't think they even, for this new set of games coming in this coming month, they didn't announce anything for that premium tier.
It's like I said. So,
he comes back in with the drink.
I just want to point out, like, when that service was originally put into place, I always said that last year felt like it was missing something.
It's missing something, right?
Yeah, it's missing games.
Exactly.
But they say Game Pass ain't got games. Buddy, if you don't look inside your cabinet, it's bare. It's empty. It felt like Woody Woodpecker. Remember when Woody Woodpecker opened the refrigerator and starvation was looking there? You starving, baby. We eating fine over here, man. God and them.
So
and I laugh at you. We got what we got? DeathStranding on deck. That's a turkey.
Will they raise that price again for that top tier if they do that?
$18.99.
But what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the idea of them doing, you know, cross buy? You get the console version, you get the PC version.
Never happened.
No, so Sony would shut down their business before they do
that.
No, bro. It's like you said, the writing's on the wall.
Day on Game Pass before that happened.
But y'all just said, you just said they have to acquiesce.
They ain't doing it.
See, here's the thing, though. We know Sony ain't about free stuff. That's why you got to pay the PS5 tax. That's why, you know, even if you just bought something, they want their money. It's not like this Persona 5, this new PS5 edition with all the upgrades and stuff, that you got to buy that like separately. There's no upgrade to that. So it's just like, you know, in a way that might be a new game. I'm not completely 100% with the details on that game. Like, Sony knows that people will pay, and sure, I would agree with you, Saul, but we don't have enough examples of them being generous like that to determine
being pro-consumer.
Being generous.
Good guy. They go and they purchase their game, then he had door slam behind him. Now we got him. As soon as they get their PlayStation, oh, thank you, I got my PlayStation 5.
You know what it is, King? They shut that door, and they're like, you got to go the long way through. And they try to open the other door, it's locked. Oh, you got to purchase this key. And then they purchase that key and unlock the door and walk in the room. It's like, no, there's 4 doors. How am I supposed to get out? We got keys, though. We got keys you can buy.
Season pass. Yeah. Dominate him. What? Who the hell? Who said that?
Who said that?
Yo, King. Sony is low-key putting all their consumers in an escape room and asking them to find the exit.
Here we go. Wonder why we call it an Xbox podcast. Yeah. So, moving on.
We got to embrace it at this point.
He says Sony is an escape room.
I can't. Anyway, I'm gonna get my balls on. I'm sorry, Saul didn't finish. So.
No, I'm done. I'm
done. Look, this was interesting. You know, the tea leaves keep adding up to me. You know, one lad the week before was the what is it? The PSN account linking we found. This week it's the references. You know, shout out to Nixus. You know what I'm saying? They outside.
Oh, that's my heart.
You did not even know who they were until they was.
Yeah, but I do know them now. I mean, do you know your wife when you walk down the street?
Wow. Love at first sight.
But what she does is it was love at first. I knew when I heard the name. I was like, Nix, I heard that name before. And it was like, oh, they was 10 toes down. And this is what they do.
There was a time I didn't know Final Fantasy. Now I love Final Fantasy.
You never know who you're gonna fall in love with.
can't with him.
Not till they walk through that door.
It was justified when they did that Spider-Man.
Hey, Keith, there's a time we weren't doing ILP, but we definitely doing it now.
You know, every day is what did Brad Sam say? Do something different. When are you gonna do something for the first time? For the first time, I fell in love with Nixon.
Yeah. Okay.
First
Moving
time.
on. Yeah.
Justified,
Didn't even
man.
know who Nixon was, but we gonna let you rock.
Well, we know them now, and you will learn to fear them.
Anyway,
Be
yeah.
more quiet and carry a big stick.
Whoa. Moving on. Yeah. Look, this to me, there's enough evidence. This is where it's going, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you know, it makes sense. I agree with Solve that probably a PlayStation Premium tier. The question is going to be if the launcher is going to, let's say, nickel and dime, but make you pay a separate cost for that. That's going to be interesting. I do think that it makes sense for them to listen. They know they can't compete with Steam. You know what I'm saying? Head up like that. I feel that's why Nixus exists. Nixus is there to put it on Steam. Steam is the #1 platform, so you're not going to get away from it. I just think, I agree with Saul. I think this is just let's add this additional option where we control this part here and give people the option to say, if you want to come in, if you want your trophies, if you want your potential cross-save or whatever, you could get it here with us. They're going to try to get...
I was going to say, I think if anything, they're making this for their free-to-play games.
They're
going to put everything on there,
I was just about to say, because if you are trying to do live service, you got 10 live service games. The days of locking it to just the PlayStation ecosystem makes no sense. It makes no sense. The whole game live service exists on that cross-play and that engagement. You want. That's why, to King's point, they bent the knee to Bungie on that initiative, because you're cutting your nose to spite your face. Like it doesn't make any sense where you have a game that requires multiplayer, online population, active users, and engagement to say I'm locking this down to make this exclusive.
So what you're saying is, in hindsight, it's Sony for the streets.
Well, definitely live service games is for the streets. We've already seen that. There's no even disputing your point there. Like when we saw the Bungie deal, we was like, wow, like we were scared, like, yo, that's gonna be exclusive. And they're like, nope, it's everything as it is. And I was like, oh, like this is different because of that initiative. And let's be honest, look at the MPD right now. You know what blew me away, Solve? What's that? Multiverses? One NPD. It's a free to play game.
It's a dope game, though.
But I'm saying but Sony's banking on, let's say out of them 10, they need one. All they need is one to hit. And now you throw that.
They about to have 10 bombs.
It's messy.
But what if Microsoft just runs over and buys WB?
Whatever. I'm just saying, like Sony's. I know. Sony's strategy, and look, it makes sense. And then you're gonna want it on PC where you could control it, right? And you be like, yo, jump in our launcher, you get up in here, go connect your PSN account, you like your platinums, bro.
Yes, right. And what if, I love where you're going with this.
Let's go.
What if they don't give Steam the integration?
That could,
just leave it for them.
All right, but that'll be
the reason why. That'll be the reason why you have to get it here, right? That's the thing.
And it's day and date. That work.
But here's the thing, though. They getting a nice bag with these games. God,
you still get the game over there, but we just not gonna give you what is exclusive to our eco. We don't like.
And the thing is,
break it down to help me understand that part.
And because Steam is such a big entity, they won't care. They won't care.
So wait, y'all saying to lock it away from Steam on the access?
Okay,
like what y'all saying?
This, right?
The integration, the trophies and all that.
No, they gonna be. Yeah, I agree. You got to make your joint attractive, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the integration with the trophy.
Yeah, that's gonna be, in my opinion, exclusive to the PlayStation launcher
over there in their launcher, and then the Steam joint is just a Steam.
It's just a Steam joint. Yeah, you jump in wild.
I think
cowboy profile.
I think there's a good chance.
Good.
I think there's a good chance that the free-to-play model games that won't be on Steam.
But then you lose that base though.
But here's the thing, though, like
users, they all Sea of Thieves going crazy. They going all these games going crazy.
A lot of games that are very popular in like terms of like a games as a service. The most popular ones aren't on Steam. Valorant,
True.
You got Overwatch on another platform. You have Fortnite, Fall Guys,
which is Epic. Both of those is Epic. Epic tends to tie themselves to the biggest games and try to force you over there.
Those type of games can survive off of Steam because they slowly build a community that's never going to leave.
Your game got to be popping for that.
I mean, hopefully their games are popping.
That's a next level. Like, remember, Fortnite is literally a paradigm shift once in a generation type game.
There's a difference between splitting giving Steam 30% on a game and giving Steam 30% on microtransactions on a free-to-play game.
I feel that. It's
I think that their mindset will be, it's best to take the slow run where we get more money in the end if our games actually perform well, than give Steam 30% here going on out.
It's a good question. It's a good question to see if live service control, them valuing that over the raw active users of a Steam and having it still be everywhere. It is a good debate.
I don't see it at the onset. I mean, I see if they have games that are successful like that, sure, I can see them changing up and be like, nah, we out of here. I can see that. And we're getting all of this profit. At the start, though, nah.
Yeah. I don't think they're strong enough to even challenge Steam like that right now.
Yeah, no.
But later on, we'll see. No, it's a good discussion. It's a good discussion. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got on that.
But I will say this is Sony we're talking about.
This is.
They feel sometimes they get a little bit too okay, Steam gonna bend to our will. Like at first it was Microsoft's turn to try to make Steam bend to their will. Epic is still at a war with them. You know, maybe now they feel like Sony that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Slow Mo. Yeah, he said big publishers with a great IP can survive without Steam. Valorant has never been on. Look, you guys are making good points. I'm not.
The point is we don't know if these titles are going to result.
Right,
into a big
that's
IP.
all I'm saying. I'm just saying the title that they gonna do, it better be banger. It better be one of the joints.
Bullets in the chamber to try to hit one
for you to get out your face and be like, yo, you got pump over here only. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to think.
Sony about to shoot 10 blanks, King.
When we saw it.
True. And look at what multiverse
King, Sony about to shoot 10 blanks.
You messy. You messy. Attic, you extra messy today.
It's highly possible that they unleash all the bullets and they hit nothing. But the odds on that
Bungie probably hit one.
Very, very low. Because of the groups that's involved.
Yeah, they got good talent.
Right, that part right there. So I honestly believe one of them should hit. Hit somewhere, and it doesn't have to be Fortnite. We got to stop saying
because Fortnite's next
Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Yeah, I agree.
But it has to be sustainable to the point that it actually has a fan base that's concurrent.
Absolutely.
At this point, the only thing that could shut down Fortnite is literally Epic going over there and hitting the turn off Fortnite button.
Look, you got to make something else. It's like when we had Jason Rubin. It's like sometimes it's not about. He made a great point where it's not about trying to directly compete. I'm going to take out. You know,
just find the niche.
Find the niche. Exactly. Good point. That nobody's doing. Create your own thing, and it's its own separate thing, and then it becomes what it becomes, and then you control that. That'll be fine. The last thing I wanted to say before I forget is if this PSN account stuff is good, which is dope, because I want trophies, I want platinum, I want all that integration, I want save, because that's my only thing now. Playing the Steam version of like God of War, like damn, you ain't got your save data. You know what I'm saying? Like that sucks.
That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about trophies and stuff.
The save
I care
data.
about saves.
I want the progression. That's what I love. But the thing I want to be clear is, if you log into your PSN account and all that, I hope it's not a situation where you got to be online with their launcher. Like I need offline play also. I'm trying to get that Steam Deck popping over there. So you know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take that on the plane. So do your launcher. Let me install it. After the one time connect my PSN, my Xbox 360 lover King profile. You know what I'm saying? Then that's it. Then when I launch it, I won't be able to rock. I don't want it to be doing a check.
They have to play nice with like the Steam.
Check. I don't trust they security.
It's not even just that. Like, do you guys think that? Because right now they're being very friendly with the Steam Deck, but if they made their own like launcher, you think they would make it compatible? Because they have like a huge issue in the past with like handhelds like pirating the hell out of their stuff.
I mean, the thing that surprised me is Saul, we can speak to it, is as soon as Nixus is outside with making these things, it's a Steam Deck compatible off the
verified, boom,
verified off the rip, and it runs nice. You know what I'm saying? And the last part I said, you know what's surprising me though, King? Why they didn't do a deal with Epic since they had the relationship with Unreal Engine 5? I thought those two would play nicer and do something together.
Yeah.
they're getting money from them. They're investing in the space.
Yeah.
That's all that is. They see where Epic is doing, and they know what Epic is going through. So something happened with that deal with the bending of the knee and the cross-play. Something went on there.
Yeah, it's
when they had those conversations, right? Because that happened around the time that stuff happened. So something went on there. But Sony wants money.
Yeah, they want
their own situation.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you can look over at Microsoft and you can say they have a good blueprint in front of them, right? Game Pass, then PC Game Pass. You understand? And they can see how, okay, we can take this from it, we can do this from it, we can make this happen. And that's right. Don't give your achievements and stuff like that to Steam already.
I feel that.
Don't do that because that takes away the attractiveness and the lore from your joint when you have plans to do this. They don't own their own servers, right? So that's a little bit of a roadblock for them. So they have to work around stuff. They have to bring it to these dudes. Can the service that we do have right now, can it hold up with this? And they say, okay, good, let's work with this. I think that's why it's taking so long for PlayStation PC launcher to come to fruition, because they do have to give all that information over to Microsoft to work with the servers and to see if this is going to work and it's going to be integrated properly over. So, I mean, because at the end of the day, you know, they are working for us, you know, so, you know,
you stupid, they're working for us. I knew what you
They actually give us money and we work for them. So, you know, they're using our facilities to help you guys out. So if we ever wanted to really shut shit down, you know,
I know what you do. I know what you do.
But you know what I'm saying.
Listen. I mean, the thing I thought was interesting. You know, we got that. What about they also wanted to? Because my thing, if you're gonna do a launcher, you better have stuff ready, right? So what if you waiting for one of the live service joints to just to be on deck, and then you can be like, bam, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This new joint or whatever. But it'll be interesting.
They got enough content in there to put inside their PC thing. If it's an additive, it's good. If it's a standalone, then you're gonna have to do day and date.
Maybe day and date is
that's how it works.
Day and date is with live service.
Well, maybe day and date is the game. All right, check it out. Right, here's a wild theory. I always said Ragnarok is going to be day and date. Always said it. What if they release the PC portion of the PlayStation launcher before God of War, to put God of War day and date on PC, not inside the PlayStation
the launcher,
but inside the PC launcher, to give the PC launcher some legs.
You make it sexy there.
That adds more.
So you gonna make? You gonna make Steam wait? You gonna make Steam wait?
You gotta wait because it's not launching on your joint. You gotta wait. I don't care. It's not your IP. But I'm not saying that you're not gonna get it.
How long you gonna make them wait? How long you gonna make Steam wait, King?
6 to 8 months. You can wait like you've been waiting. Like when we decide to send it over to you, it's no. We don't gotta give you anything.
That's a good point.
So you can wait 6 to 8 months, but it's gonna be in our launcher, and we're getting.
That's how you make your launcher sexy. Yeah, you right. You right.
So the PC dudes are like, what is over here? Yes.
Force them to go over there if you want to play it.
That's how you pull the crowd over.
King, you might be on. I might have to give you premium bars on this one. You might be on to something.
And then you still sell it without putting it inside your service on the PlayStation side. You still sell the game, so you're still getting the PC sales. At the same time, you're still getting the PlayStation sales. And then after that 6 months, when you throw it inside 6 to 8 months, when you throw it inside Steam, then you throw it on your PlayStation service.
Premium joint.
You throw it in there. So you're going to get that PC money over there, and you're going to get those reoccurring dudes over here on the service joint. So that's how you keep that money flowing. They in the business of making cash. So this ain't about nobody's feelings and stuff like that. This is about making yourself viable for the future. And in this digital future, it have to be viable. And I see that happening just like that. And if you ever, Sony, need help, just holler at your boy. And I'll show you how to do it, son.
Show you how to do this, son. Look, oh man, shout out to Hargy Shitty. If they launch Ragnarok day and date at 60 in the launcher, I'd buy it on PC Sony launcher. Look, it is what it is. Shout out to Lala HD with the Azure service. What's up?
The funny thing is, I already have a blue, so that's my PlayStation.
This is the most messiest I have ever seen you in like months. You have been messy.
It's the new haircut.
Yeah, the new haircut got him acting different.
The new haircut has released him.
Yeah, he's free to be messy. But look, that's all I got. Great discussion with the Lords. Wrap this thing up. Let's get this poll, and then Sabi cue up the chats, right? You got the chats queued up? All right, so new ILP poll, which will be in a new place. Moving forward, with the recent acquisitions of major game developers and publishers in the last few years, who do you perceive as the biggest threat to the overall consolidation of the games industry? The choices are A, EmbracerGroup, B, Microsoft, C, Tencent, or D, I don't care, Nintendo's still number one and they outside. Salute to everybody that is rocking it out. Yes, Flame, I'm emphasizing a new place for the poll. I like that you caught that. Very perceptive, sir. Please rock that ILP poll up when it goes up in its new place. And let's get those super chats, sir.
All right, we got Raiden Blade, £2 super chat. Imagine next year's God of War 2 Game Pass, God of War 2 to Game Pass PC. Notice how he says next year's God of War. Put it in Xbox. Then we have AKW, £5 super chat. What is happening today on this podcast? But I'm here for it. Hit that like button.
Messiness was God tier levels messy.
Yeah, we got.
You know what, King? You know what's funny? The fact that Cog and Saul be so messy and we get the brunt about all that.
Yeah, it was so horrible.
I know the blame is so misdirected.
We should go on strike until we're treated fairly.
They got controlled messy. They controlled messy.
Then we got, hold on a second. We got Hargeet Shani, $2 super chat. Game Pass Ultimate 3-month Global. Whoever got the code, thank you to Hargeet.
Oh, salute, man. Right, yo, he stay giving to the community, man. Salute to Hargeet Shani.
Oh, then we got Hargeet Shani again. $5 super chat. Some Sony love.
Okay.
Spider-Man Steam Global code. Shout out to you.
Addict need that to get his build together. Get that.
And a God of War Steam Global code. So whoever got these codes, shout out to you. Give a big shout out to Hargeet Shani. Always represent the community.
Man. That's right.
Beautiful.
The PC can show us your build. That's salute. We like that.
That's right. Let me see you playing with it.
Appreciate it, Argy. They appreciate it, Argy. The PC people need all the help they can get.
Oh my Jesus.
Then we got Spartan Go 17, £2 super chat. PlayStation getting the BBL.
Whoa.
Where is Ja Rule?
Whoa. Whoa.
Brazilian butt.
Wow.
Time.
Raiden Blade, $2 super chat. Sony don't have enough games to support a launcher. We'll see.
That's why you're supposed to do day.
Then we got Drive By Joe.
That's my
$5 super chat.
Outside with the heater. Leading through.
He's like, it's missing the other 30 minutes of my game trial on PS Plus. Yes, PS Plus Premium, whatever, is missing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Flame, $2 super chat. This is a great episode, fellas. Whole. Wow. I don't have to emphasize whole. Wow.
Oh, you can put them in the hole. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Then we have THX1138, $5 super chat. I believe Sony will definitely put cross-platform progress as part of PS Plus Premium tier.
Mm-hmm.
Alliteration there. This gen Sony ain't giving out free meals at the soup kitchen.
That's what King believes. Yeah.
They are the soup kitchen.
Not at all.
Then we got Todd Couch, $5 super chat. Thank y'all, brothers, for reminding me that someone with a full-time job, family, and kids can still love games. Love this show. Gamer tag is RPG Couch.
Oh, salute.
Yes,
yeah, we'll look for that, man. So much love, brother. Really
RPG
appreciate
Couch,
that.
No doubt.
No doubt.
We got Gamer by Choice, $2 super chat.
Gonna force him to game.
Yeah, he do what he want.
Do we know what server Sony is using for the games as a service games? I mean, it should be Azure. But we'll see.
Yes, we know. Y'all be you're damn well it was Azure. Do we know?
We know who they got to knock on the door and say,
they're using Gaikai for that.
They don't even talk to that dude no more.
Sexy kid.
And we got Rel, $2 super chat.
Ruger.
Sony don't nickel and dime.
My man Ruger Rel. Let's go.
$2 super chat. Sony don't nickel and dime. They take hands and feet.
Yo,
Basically, they not playing stuff.
Bessie.
Okay, then we have Texas, $2 super chat. Sony's PC launcher in 2023 when God of War Ragnarok actually drops.
Oh, okay.
Stay with
Oh,
us.
shout out to Flay. He said he's supposed to say holy. Autocorrect sucks.
Oh,
Holy. Oh, okay, sorry, excuse me. I think it was this whole. Then we got DJ Oros, $5 super chat.
Bestie.
Onlycavs.com, shameless plug. Happy Sunday, Lords, great show. Hashtag hey bestie.
Hey, bestie. Yeah, they stupid everybody. They said they gonna do an only calves. I was dying. Salute to the bestie. That's what's
Then we
up.
got Oros again, $2 super chat. Meh.
Nah, you gotta say Oros. Meh.
Meh, meh.
Oh, with the ducky. For the dough. Shout out to Ducky. The clan is in there. IOP Destiny clan is in there. Live on Friday raid, y'all.
do we have any space left in the clan?
Oh, right now we full 100. But
Okay, so, 'cause
I'm
somebody
taking
was
attendance.
asking about it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take attendance. Probably like tonight or Monday because people are asking. We got to get ready. Shout out to the clan. King's Fall looked like it was leaked. So Fridays, y'all know what to do. We got some good world first raid day situation. Salute to all the people in the clan. I seen in there too. Buddha was in there earlier. So salute to all the clan members in there.
I got to do the raid. I didn't even do it. That's
Yes, sir. Sinister in the building. What's up? Anything?
Sinister. Me and Slow Mo is gonna be on Fortnite, so you can stop capping.
I might have to join y'all because it does.
we going today?
No,
You gonna
I
do a
might have to
squad?
join. Yeah, I might have to join because I need to try to know build more. Otherwise, Sinister's.
Oh, it's
back.
mad dope.
Yeah,
It's mad
and I
dope.
need to try Silver Surfer just to see. I heard it's like Attic was playing with Bill and them, right? And he said it was fire. He said he liked it. I gotta try it. I can't slander the game, and I ain't tried this.
Like a May on your back.
Yeah. Pause. Oh, we good? We good? Caught up?
Yep, got
All
up.
right, Lord Attic. Where can people find you not being messy and debating?
You can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can find me on YouTube at Gaming Addict. We do have some stuff in the works for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be reacting to the
Yeah, still in
Gamescom
the
thing.
flux on that. Yeah, we're still in the flux on that.
With the
What day
Gamescom
is it?
thing.
It depends what time.
Tuesday.
The Gamescom is Tuesday. I know that is it Destiny's launch reaction Tuesday thing too.
Yes.
There's so much going on. We got to figure it out behind the scenes.
So definitely be looking out for that. I don't know what's gonna happen as of right now. We got real life stuff going on, but
Yeah,
we
a lot
will
of stuff going
definitely
on.
get to you guys the moment we can. And I appreciate we had to like I think 700 and something. So it was a good show, man. We had a lot of good people come through. You guys show up every week. Really appreciate that. And until next week, people who play on PC, you should restate your life.
Oh, hold on. Someone coming for King Neck. Shout out to Splendiferous. You saw that song?
He put a whole video up.
Yeah.
I told him, just add me. You ain't got to do all this. You ain't got to talk. You ain't got to shout out. You don't
want the
got to
smoke.
bring a crowd to your beatdown.
He want the smoke, King.
Yeah, well, just add me. I sat there and I waited. Splendid. It's King David OTW. I put it there. Add me.
You trying to say? You gave him the location.
I told him.
You told him the location on your phone. You said, "Yo, pull up."
And I'm saying, "Yo, where you at, bro?" I sat up and I sat there, watched the fight. I was waiting for your name to pop up.
Splendiferous. I tried to help you out. He said that
you as a friend.
He said the location. You ain't pull up. He said.
If you added me as a friend, then you know the hands is a feeling.
Shout out to it. Time on that, but that was funny. No doubt. Continue on. So I'm Addict. That was it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to be making some adjustments to my YouTube channel. In case you guys ain't noticed, I don't really put a whole lot of content on there anymore. I think I'm going to take that channel a different direction. I've been enjoying the non-content life, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. So.
I would say do a vlog, right? And you can do what in the wonderful world of Attic is going on today. And you can just actually have yourself walking around recording wild stuff that you do. Like when you was getting your hair cut, you could have sat there and actually recorded that and just posted that joint right there. You could
good on
make
all
a
that.
ton of
He said I'm good on all
content. 'Cause it's
Probably gonna
Addict's
stream.
world. And you can actually
Probably
give
gonna
a peek
stream.
into the Addict's world.
Uh-huh.
I want to do that.
Whatever he said, I'm probably going to stream.
Whatever he said, I'm not doing that.
New vlogging, like what toothpaste he used, like what hair products he used, like what did you eat for breakfast? When you sit down, you could bowl of cereal.
I piece of toast for breakfast.
I'm
See?
done.
And we want to know what Fahrenheit was it toasted at.
Wow.
Does Attic like dark toast? Does he like light toast? What is Attic into? What type of bread? Like, you know, is it Wonder?
Time.
It's not Wonder. I'm pretty sure it's dollar store brand.
See, we want to know what Attic's putting in his body. Pause.
Anyway. And so, how are you doing, sir? What's going on in your world?
Doing good. Look out for Lord's Minute later on this week. Lady Lyric and I will be talking about a certain game coming to Game Pass.
I wonder which.
We absolutely did not discuss here today. So we'll be talking about that. And then next week. So I am having surgery on Wednesday.
Yes.
So, but I will be here Sunday in another capacity. I'll be here.
Yes, don't be under.
But no doubt, yeah, exactly. So
Send your well wishes to solve.
Oh,
thank you. Appreciate that.
Stupid.
Yeah, you know how Cog does. You know,
right?
send your love to Solve.
Send his love.
Yes.
Saul
Solve
get
get
caught
a
up.
potato chips. Send your well wishes to Solve.
Solve get cut off at work, and you hear Cog saying like, "Solve's going through a lot right now."
Oh my God! Y'all stupid.
Just stop sending your love, because I would, you never know, man.
Never
Going
know.
to the
That's what I'm
knife,
saying, man.
Going to the knife, they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, man, but we had to cut his penis off." I'm like,
Whoa! Don't be sandy. See, you
weren't
do
you operating on
it.
his
You do it
ears?
to yourself, and you know your fan base is in here concerned about these things.
No, what it is he go in there and they change his vocal cords and he start coming out talking like James Earl Jones.
I'm kidding.
Luke, I am your father.
I am your father.
Hustle said, "Naughty."
No doubt.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but it's funny because I told wife the other day, I was like, "Hey, I got to show you all these passwords and this, that, and the other." She's like, "No, you're not."
No, you're not. We ain't doing that. She was like, "We are not doing
You
that."
better take them now.
Wifey's like, well, it's fine. I'll just make new accounts.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry, I have them already. Don't worry about it.
I know,
Yeah.
right? You say, oh, those?
Yeah. Continue.
No doubt. But definitely
She's like,
see
I've
it.
known your password for years, Saul. We're good.
Moving
No
on.
doubt. Yeah, so I'll see y'all next week, definitely.
Well, if you feel up to it, we'll see.
Don't worry.
Anyway,
We'll have video of this stuff going down.
ridiculous. And the King. Where can we find you, sir? What's going on?
Find me on Twitter drinking Sony tears. It's delicious. Yo, I have pure confidence in the ability of Sony to fail every week and give me content that is undeniably the funniest thing on the internet. Yo, I'm
And
going to
next
go
week,
back
most
and
likely
watch.
you'll have it too.
Hell yeah, they've been doing it every week without fail. Jim hits me up and say, "Hold my bed. Check this out." You can't be serious, Jim. But catch me on Twitter, King David OTW. Splendiferous is the same damn name you tweeting at. It's the same name.
You got super
Yeah,
chest
let me get a $2 super chat split difference. When I got on, it said you was offline.
I'm always
And
offline.
Sinister said you capping too. He said you.
I send him the first of all, Sinister. You saw I send you the picture. I saw you seeing it, so you can stop it right now. Stop trying to pile in and be with somebody else. You sit down and you take your lump separate.
we got Spartan Go 17 on King's side. $2 super chat. Told him to pull up a Splendiferous folded.
Oh
Damn.
damn!
See, Splen, your name is not real strong in these streets.
Please split it up.
Right now,
That's the whole-
you put up a whole video.
Oh yeah,
I
he did.
tweeted right at you with my name tag, and you said I was offline. That means send me
The
message.
message so that you
And,
read. Okay.
and soon, if you would have sent an invite, all you would have saw was hands come out your screen, and I would have just got all over you, and then you would have just been like, "I'm sorry, sir, I didn't invite you into this room."
Translation. Send the message. Just now that you
That's
had
it. As soon as I get out of here, you can see me someplace else, and then as soon as you press that button, understand.
Yo, they on you, Swank.
like Stephen A. said, do not press send.
So different said, "Nah, so ain't no
press
folding over here."
send.
Citizen said, "Accept my addy." Okay. No doubt. So
That's about it. You're going to catch me on Fortnite playing that this week. Going to have a fun-filled week. I got the youngest with me, so we're going to have a whole bunch of fun. But also it's Gamescom this week, so look out for what we're trying to do. Also, The Lord's Minute this week, what is not going to be up, is going to be up next week. We're going to be talking about She-Hulk. And that first episode, which I found to be incredible.
Yeah, I gotta check out so far.
Oh, and House of Dragons tonight.
Oh, it's tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
starts
crazy.
tonight.
That's crazy. I gotta check that out. Again, shout out to everybody. Just real quick, in case y'all didn't know, got that starter kit, you know what I'm saying, for that new powder, you know what I'm saying? Get that advanced GG, go get that. So those who want to commit, you know, they don't want to get the all big, expensive, full bottle joint. Get yourself a little joint. Use code Iron Lord on the checkout. Go check that out. A little $10, you know what I'm saying? Go get that. Got a couple of my favorite flavors in there. So shout out to the partnership with Advanced GG. They stop peddling cock. Yo, that was funny. That was funny, Flay. Listen, I'm moving my powder right now. Let me do my thing. You don't get 30% this month, DJ. Listen, this starter kit. Get the energy flavors, the favorite choice that you like. Go get that Advanced GG. Links in the chat. Also, y'all already know on the merch side, I see y'all with the Stop Snitching shirts. I see y'all with the Show Me Your Bill shirts. We got the slides in there. Go check that out. It's in the description as well, embedded on the actual... Yo, they said pushing that out. Yo, y'all stupid. Listen, I'm pushing moves. I'm making moves out here. Let me bust a move. All right. Anyway, that's what I got. Next Sunday should be fun. We got some more fun things lined up in the future, and then also Gamescom.
Shout out to Brad, man.
Shout out to Brad Sims, the legend. Finally, we had that happen. That was a long time in the making, and he gave us some good premium bars and some time. Like I said, Gamescom, and then we got to talk about PAX West. We'll talk offline how that's going to go. Anyway. Catch y'all up. That's all I got. Anybody, anything else? We good?
Nope.
All right, we out of here. See y'all next Sunday. Peace.